Hopefully everyone is well rested, whether you grabbed a refreshment or whatever the case may be. Welcome back. My name's Ketchup, joined by Falcon, and it's going to be us all night. Well wishes to Mustard, not feeling very well tonight, so you're going to be stuck with us for the evening. This is our latest qualifier of the Intercontinental Combat, part of the Pro Competition, and it's going to be EU West. But before we start things off, I feel like it's always worth, Falcon, reminding everyone what this is and, more importantly, what the PS4 tournaments is all about for both Pro Competition and Open Series.
Yeah, I could do just that. Well, with the PS4 Tournament Open Series, they are the proud presenting partner of the Pro Comp Online. The Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition is presented by these tournaments. Be sure to check out the Open Series. They are weekly competitions for all skill levels. You can compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. You can visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives an inside look at how top players play and tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. Head over to the website right there, compete.playstation.com, and connect it with your PSN, and you are good to go. Great place to get started in the competitive field, and a great place to gain some experience whilst, we are here in the online realm, so to speak.
I mean, absolutely. We're in an age right now where we have no choice really but to play online, and MK11's netcode kind of allows us to have these super legit online tournaments where the best still get to remain the best, right? And on that note, let's take a look at the players that are going to be competing today. So everyone would have had to make top 8 yesterday, and as you might expect, the top 8 plays out today. And look at the players on board. First matchup, Sui Frazier and Asad Amata. Sui Frazier, in my opinion, the best noob Cybot in this part of the world, and continuing to prove that within Ultimate. Asad Amata, a man that needs no introduction. DMT up against Mirko, so we'll be seeing that one afterwards as the next round of winners. And then over in the losers bracket, Infamous versus Zoka. Zoka, the very fun-to-watch Cabal that I think we're used to by now. And then finally, Javier versus Orp. There's a bunch of familiar faces here, but I think, really, the invasion of Italy. Zoka, Mirko, and Asad Amata are statistically the 3 greatest Italian Mortal Kombat players, and they're real pioneers of the online-based Italian scene. So I think there's a good chance that one of them is going to be able to take the tournament today.
I think the odds are definitely in their favor with, 2 of them being in winner's side, and, if they are successful in their upcoming sets, they're going to be playing each other in in winners finals, which is only really going to guarantee one of them at least third with a chance of the run back. But over here, let's not brush over any of the other names. There are a couple of new names that we haven't really seen in bracket before as well, namely being DMT and Infamous. But yes, the thing with these players is, we have DMT hailing from France, and we have Infamous from the UK as well. And I like the fact that we have a lot of new names approaching these brackets because we don't really know what to expect. And seeing that DMT is coming in from winner's side and against a prominent force like Mirko, it's going to be quite the interesting battle. We're seeing the characters locked in over here. It is going to be this set played out first. Mirko rocking the patented Scorpion, and DMT opting to play Garrus, a character that isn't very, played quite commonly in the European realm.
Absolutely. I would always say that Garrus is a North American kind of dominated character. But Mirko, always with the Hellport cancel, occasionally picks straight up Searing Rage, but doesn't really like to go with the traditional Reborn. He will go teleport cancel and then one other move that's not that. He's used Flame Breath before, he's got the Burning Spear here for the buff, so that's probably going to be a big part of his grab game, perhaps, especially now grabs. They don't do as much damage in Ultimate as they did beforehand, 13%. But let's go, DMT rocking the Garrus. Garrus, I mean, if anyone's been watching, Tweedy recently, for example, Garrus is he's still got those. Really excellent character.
Definitely a prominent threat in the right hands. I'll have to see how DMT handles this character. Mirko, a very familiar face. We've seen him win the Open Series monthly finals, and we've also seen him just around the place since, Mortal Kombat X. And right now, he is just all in the offense. Staggers after staggers right now. Looking for a lot of flawless blocks as well on the counter pokes.
Now, one thing about Mirko, very reaction heavy. Always has been. He looks for those kind of quick little flawless blocks, micro decisions. The late jump kicks can give him a full combo. Commit to the spear and gets fully punished for it. Now here comes that temporal advantage. Give us that big payout. Sand trap. The big thing about this is, well, technically I guess that one's called quicksand. Mustard would probably remind me. Oh, counter poke. Get caught by another one. Neck chop. The setup afterwards. But the immediate neutral jump. That was a drop, but what? Oh my good god. That was a crusty round at the end, but DMT found the way.
It really was catch up. And you know, the thing about that was that DMT blew up the forward 4-2 straight away. I wonder if we'll see a little bit of an adaptive process from Mirko's side. Finds a pickup over there, but doesn't get the full combo. He's going to send DMT towards the corner.
Able to get that immediate scramble. Ooh! Not even particularly sure that was intentional because there was no amplify there. Surely if you're looking for the temporal, you wouldn't do that. Either way, air to air, Mirko not quite able to find it. And I actually think that DMT is fearless, but very aggressive. And clearly Mirko having a bit of a hard time kind of getting into the rhythm of this. There's the confirm again. 1-2, big launch. And Mirko, no breaker available. So we just take it. Try and bring us coast to coast. Punish!
A swift punish as well on that spear. Good presence of mind and knowledge as well of the matchup from DMT. Playing patient right now, doesn't need to overextend. Mirko, the one that needs to make the comeback. Danger territory though.
Ooh. Oh, and that's going to be it, Falcon, for game one. And if I do say so myself, a very comfortable game one for DMT. And let me say, I'm still really happy that we see this in pro competition, we see this in open series, players that not everyone will recognize. Rock up. And look, remember, folks, as well, this is winner's side top 8. DMT has not lost a set yet in this tournament. And clearly proving why with a dominant game one against one of Europe's absolute finest. One hell of a way to make your debut on the NetherRealm Twitch and YouTube, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that round looked very comfortable. The first round, I would say, was quite back and forth in some respects, but that final one felt like DMT was in the driver's seat for the most part. And, that is impressive to do because like we were just saying, Mirko is a person with some, commendable placements. And going up against someone that we haven't seen in the bracket before creates this very interesting paradigm where it's almost like the level of skill has become so wide and so broad. But it's also interesting to see that there's representation of characters and how they're applicable still when you don't really see them too often, because I question how much Mirko really is comfortable with fighting against Garrus.
I'm a little bit curious because this account is level 15. And I definitely assume that this player has played more than level 15's worth of games, to be honest with you.
For sure.
Yeah. That was my first question mark was, hang on a minute, what is the account level? Darkside skin? He has made a transaction. But you know what? We'll worry about that later, because right now, the absolute onslaught of Garrus, the slam dunk, and then the salve that comes afterwards. The side switch as well. Mirko really looking to fight back here. Doing a good job of it so far. The 1-1-2 ender, keeping that Scorpion pressure. Short hop coming out on both sides, probably expecting a flawless block perhaps. And now, whoa, the back three moment forever and always. Oh, the chase down as well, come on.
Just like that, that's all Mirko needed. Going to spend all the meter to secure himself the round. Has a good position to work with as well with DMT's back in the corner. But right now he's still got to fight his way through, spending the forward throw KB nice and early, taking down that health bar. But DMT body splashing his way out the corner.
Setting up the sand simulate crew. That's such a good option here for Garrus, being able to just create obstacles. Any character that can create something on the screen when you know a breakaway is coming. The Jackie Plasma, the Garrus sand simulate. Rains lightning.
Oh,
no!
eats the overhead.
Immediate jump here from Mirko. Not having a lot of experience. I mean, I'm not going to say not experienced versus Garrus, but I definitely think of all characters, surely it's a character who's fought less. It's just not a popular character in EU across the board. Walking across up, but the 1-1 anyway!
You waste my time.
And round for round, DMT answering back with a very clean confirm again. We're seeing this, and Mirko now, he gets a very nice opening hit with that back two straight into the teleport. But checked straight away, denying the possibility of that command grab. Quick
Major
punish
though. Overcommits to that forward 4-string, and he's going to pay the price. A prediction there from DMT, expecting some kind of breakaway, but not quite, and that's going to allow Mirko an inch back into this match, and maybe an inch is being generous because he's just taken a significant amount of damage, and the wake-up fatal blow. I mean, yeah, worth a go, I guess. Probably should have woken up with something a bit more invincible, perhaps, but big payout on the brink of being, sent into a 1-1 situation. It is what it is, and Mirko is going to tie things up here, Shav.
That he is. with one apiece. Now, I wanted to touch on a point I kind of made earlier about him not having too much Garrus experience. Now that memory serves me correctly, if I'm familiar, the other prominent Garrus player in Europe is also Italian, Plato Nethero. And I'm quite sure that these guys must have played a lot. The Italian scene seems quite tight, you know, they play a lot together. So I think maybe it just comes down to the fact that both these players know each other's matchups. I mean, this is quite a day one matchup, if you will. Both these characters being quite, you know, popular picks early on in the game's life. But over here, it seems that DMT is just trying to essentially fight the very scrappy nature of Mirko. You know, the kind of very stagger heavy, very like, you know, he's not afraid to just do his thing.
Also, thank you for carrying me, by the way. Wasn't aware there was an Italian Gyros player, so that's definitely my ignorance getting the better of me, but it definitely makes a lot more sense in that sense. The online Italian scene has been so competitive with MK11. I know Astamassa and Mirko, they speak very highly of it. We've been seeing inches of that with Zoka, you know, coming out of the woodwork and being a fantastic Cabal player. And now, as we go into this 1-1... Whoa!
Off a short hop down, too.
You wouldn't have thought we got enough height from that.
Oh, a nice challenge on the Hellport cancel. Knew that he wasn't going to go into the actual teleport itself.
Oh, wake up neutral jump, Mirko. He is very, very mobile. Looking for the trip guard as well, but the cancel. 1-1-1. Good reactions there from DMT. However, another throw tech. Good reactions continue still. Body splash and the stagger. Tick grab begins. Not quite enough for the KB, but almost. Wow! Walk up throw. Okay, we got those. Watch out for the fatal blow.
DMT now just trying to find the opening hit. That's all he needs, but Mirko in a really good position right now to still win the round.
Oh, the buffer! Buffer or punish. I missed it, I'm gonna be honest. I just saw a back two at slightly further away range. We know Mirko's got those. Either way, never mind, one round. Oh, that one was. That was the tech. Mirko's so good at that cancel, kind of giving you extra room to single hit confirm back two.
Oh, had the right read, but it just wasn't there in time. The triple down one checks. Challenging a lot with that far-reaching 6 framer.
Oh,
just a lot of pressure.
It's that 6 frame down one, man, being put to good use. Another one, but before block to just deny some of the chip at the very least. Pick up. Doesn't do 1-1 spear. That would have been a death sentence. Empty jump grab. We spend those. KB is going to get cashed out, and it's going to be that spear buff. Do not get hit now, because the damage is absolutely going to take you out. Can't up to it. He's dead. Mirko's going to take this one. Bang.
That is all he needed. Elbowing off the head. I didn't even know that was a brutality.
I didn't know that was a brutality either. Is that a recent one?
I've never seen him elbow the head clean off. Okay.
I mean, normally the payout of that is amp into like down 2 brutality. So the head comes off, just not that way.
Yeah.
Can someone tell us if that's a new brutality? Why have I never seen that before? Oh no, chat room is also saying they've never seen that one. It might be a new one. It has to be, surely. Old one.
Either that or it's been very tactfully hidden. But Mirko has taken the lead in this set against DMT. It seemed to find a nice adaptation in general, just to stop DMT from kind of pressing buttons as he wants to, essentially.
Shang Tsung.
And now, oh, okay, the Shang Tsung. Let's go. What variation was this? I think I saw a ground eruption.
I think we did see a ground eruption.
Ground eruption and shake. The kind of classic, really Warlock plus, I think, for a lot of Shang players. They like having that projectile denial and ground eruption, because you keep the corpse drop as well. Don't forget. Now Mirko 2-1 up here. 1 game away from winners finals.
Right, starting things off with a stagger into the forward throw. Just choosing to play it a bit more respectfully, checking with the back 3. DMT right now, just playing a little bit further back, whiffing the eruption. Surprised we didn't see a spear earlier on, but gets the KB.
Right into the nose, man. But you're playing essentially Warlock Shang Tsung against Scorpion, which has actually been said by, historically, Warlock players did not like this matchup. So I'm kind of intrigued that DMT has gone to Shang Tsung from Gyros. You would think on paper, especially with this being the Shang variation, nice ender by the way, keep the corner, that Geras would have been a better pick, perhaps? Match point for Mirko, all the same.
We'll have to see how things pan out. As, yeah, I can't imagine this being too much of a fun matchup for a Shang player. But either way, I'm sure that there might be a comfort pick over here as well.
Maybe.
This might have been the character that he spent more time playing.
Yeah, when I see Shang Tsung players like Arn Kratos or Disarted, they basically pick those close-range brawl variations when fighting Scorpion. Used to be Soul Eater, now it's whatever you want, really. That's the ender coming out from Mirko. Another forward 3, not quite with the height to confirm into a 1-1. All the same, DMT has to rush this down, get something. The escape failed, expecting some kind of heal, perhaps. Back to the full screen, but I think we won't be there for long. Yep, here we go.
Oh, gets the last hit of the eruption right there. Gets the amplification as well, tacking on a bit more damage. Now working with a bit, gets the OS as well into the eruption, ending it that way. Mirko only just built back his breakaway, but he does have Fatal Blow. Danger Terry for both.
Jump in. Down 1. Try and steal the turn. Mirko really wants you to press. He's fishing for the forward 4, looking for it all the time. There's the 1-1, and he steals the round away. The patience from DMT. I always say there's a bit of a pattern sometimes. Mirko loves the forward 4 string when he has Fatal Blow, because that's kind of like his fish for the comeback. Always.
Oh, the 1-1 blowing straight through that grab attempt. Mirko right now trying to fight his way through, throwing out a lot of buttons right here. Gonna get confirmed in the corner, but a combo drop.
Narrowly too far away. Narrowly too far away for it, Falcon, to get the 1-1.
Ever so
Mirko,
slightly.
Technically down on life. But that could change in the blink of an eye. The whiff grab. No break.
Just working his way through, short hop heal from and followed by a whiff punish. Mirko right now goes for the reset into the overhead, sets up the spear buff. And now we're gonna see the quick check. Overhead blocked, plus frames.
Another cancel back to the far screen. Be nice and safe. Looking for the spear. The whiff punish on the corpse drop. So good. And now Mirko has to be quite careful to dash in. The stagger! But that's not going to be it. Now it could be one touch either side. The grab. The tech! Mirko! Plus frames! No flawless block. But the tech...
Oh, the tech!
Insane! Oh! Mirko's going to do it, Falcon. Mirko's going to do it. The last minute, that was insanely clutch at the luck. Like, being able to teleport around there to cancel. The fact that DMT wasn't able to tech at the end because we throw punish. That was quite a set, I think.
It was definitely a really major call out as well, knowing he was going to eruption, because he went for the helport cancel and then he just did it again. And over there, really, like, it looked like it was going one way in the beginning of the set, but then Mirko really just kind of, turned it on its head and just played his game. It really kind of just looked like the classic Mirko that we've been seeing throughout time. He's just a very high octane, plays his kind of game Scorpion player and just does his thing. And I was, throwing a bit of similarities between him and Mercer. I think they have like similar styles, but they do kind of play like very slight differences in how they approach the game.
But it will be. The change to Shang was definitely, for me, a little bit of a question mark. If you just look at the matchups on paper, you would think that Geras would fight that specific Scorpion a little bit better, especially with, clearly, a extremely capable Geras, and a character that, again, in EU, there's not a lot of. I know that, again, you mentioned that Mirko would have had that knowledge regardless, but I think the point still remains in a tournament setting. Now, let's take a look at our next matchup. We'll be seeing that in a real second. I will be seeing Acid and Matter and Sui Frazier. If you're a Noob Saibot fan, then we got you covered, because Sui Frazier, I strongly believe that in this part of the world, is the strongest Noob Saibot player. He does a fantastic job of showing how a solo Noob Saibot can rock if you have multiple variations, and you really need to be a specialist to make the character work on their own.
Yes, but Frazier is definitely an incredibly strong Noob Saibot player. And the way that I feel like Noob he's a very interesting character, and you spent a lot of time playing Noob yourself. So regarding his special moves, do you feel like there's a particular loadout that feels like a one size fits all, or do you think that it really does depend on the matchup to, pick and choose what works best?
Matchup specific. A common misconception that people made was, with Ultimate Noob Saibot, he's just going to be teleport, sickle snag, and slide, and then there's no need to use anything else, it'll be broken. I think they were definitely remarks made by people that don't actually play Noob Saibot, because when you play Noob, you realize that against certain characters, one launch is better than the other. range is very important. So in a lot of cases, there are 3 variations that Sweet Frazier goes at least, and he will cycle through them all tournament long. You have slide, basically what is seeing double plus, aka seeing triple, a lot of people like to call it, which is slide, air, teleport, but replace the ghost ball for the launching teleport. So basically it's seeing double with a launching teleport, so that's really good. Another one is spirit ball and slide as the shell, and then one of the 2 launches. You almost never need both of them. And the thing about slide and the 2 launches, they all share offensive meter. So you spend so much meter on the slide, you never have bar for the big 50%, double launch combo.
Yeah,
it's just not practical. So just mix and match them in tournament. Find whether you'd rather have the sickle snag for the forward 2 or the anti-air conversions. If you're going to be punishing super hard, go with the launching teleport. The list goes on, and we'll see that put into practice against Cetrion, where normally Sweet Frazier, if memory serves, this matchup for him is seeing triple, where he goes in with the slide. We'll see if it is the same one.
So yeah, I mean, in this kind of a matchup, we're pretty much going to see. So Aso is through and through a patented Cetrion player, and we can thoroughly say I'm pretty sure there's no other variation of Cetrion to play really. When this one is pretty much just the best, the go-to. And in this kind of a matchup, Ryan, what do you think about it regarding the loadout that we have Sweet Frazier on right here? Do you feel like there's anything,
the best variation to take for this matchup, because basically you have that kind of real grounded, chunky damage potential, but when you jump and she does things like Hell's Wrath or a projectile, you can air teleport her on reaction and get about 30% at least, So we've seen Sweet Frazier fight Asadamasa before with this variation. He does very, very well, so don't count him out in this one, but this will be the variation we go with all the time, I guarantee it. Nice anti-air though for Asadamasa.
Definitely a very active player. Asadamasa as well. No stranger to the top 8 spot in European competition. We've seen this guy's name around the place, and he's got a very solid defensive game plan with Cetrion. Perfect character to let him play the way he wants to play the game.
Wow, the reversal punish? Wait a minute. I'm curious about that. If she staggers it on its own, the punish of the up kick, does the up clone trade with the wins? I'm going to be keeping an eye on that. Either way, this round is very much going to go to Cetrion, the way things are currently going. Side switching throws, the comeback is possible. Never forget the damage of Noob Saibot, especially now.
Right now, we just see Aso just trying to slowly chip away. With Frazier jumping that throw, doesn't get it confirmed.
Oh, Sweet Frazier! That was one of those moments where he was absolutely positive that 1-1-2 was getting blocked no matter what. If he expected any of it to get hit, that would have been a 1-1-3 because there was a fatal blow waiting to happen. And here we go now, the 1-0 in rounds. Frazier. Oh, it makes the hard read with a big punish.
That was a very big bet. Aso going straight into the armor break as well. So Frazier not biting on it. Only 828% on that KB. Not too bad.
The dash into grab, always going to be a bit tricky against Cetrion though, because those grabs mid-screen, they send you full screen. It's why Noob Saibot's grab game outside of the corner isn't really all that. Uh-oh.
It's opened up though, confirmed.
Yes indeed, yep. 20%, always 20%. And that will be the game. Now, let's talk about that, Falcon. How that first round, I know it's almost going to be skin-deep analysis from us, but that 1-1-2 should have been a 1-1-3 because that hit from the start would have been a kill.
He definitely wasn't expecting it to connect. I mean, the 1-1-3 was the option to go into. I mean, I don't really think for anyone, even people who don't play Noob, to press 1-1-2 over there unless they genuinely thought it was going to get blocked.
I think
so
it
might have
one
been in his own head a bit.
Just believe.
Yeah, but either way, I feel like Sweet Frazier has shown us some interesting things in that one match. Asadamasa right now is playing an incredibly, just aggressive defensive style. He's acknowledged that he can't play his traditional runaway game, so he's opting for just more of a space control oriented game, and he's just applying the pressure insanely well, but he's finding these confirms quite often, whereas Sweet Frazier is just kind of, getting the stray hits, but took a couple risks in that last game and paid the price for it.
Now that's really kind of a bad example of how Sweet Frazier plays the matchup, that first game that he played there, because he is, and has been historically, very capable against Asadamasa. But, I mean, that's the nature. Again, reversal punish of the up clone. Really interesting tech right there. I'm curious to see how that develops. And that barrier is something you have to worry about. Now, the teleport, you need to have those good reactions. But to play this variation against Cetrion, you have to be surgical with everything that you do. There's not a lot of room for error. Those air teleports, you mess one up, you are the most unsafe any character can possibly be. Oh, the jump in, the classic.
So Frazier just playing with the space very, very patiently right now. Luckily for Noob, you know, it's only a couple touches, just a simple confirm into a slide is going to do a lot of damage, but Aso didn't get a very big punish on that. Could have potentially taken the round, or maybe not that much.
Or content to keep this chunky life lead at the moment, and Massa will not be interested in playing up close, playing into where Noob Cybot wants to be at its most powerful, the comeback factor of just the sheer damage of the combos. Speaking of which, here we go. He's still going to get that back one. That works against everyone. It's the double 1-1-3 that you can't hit against female hurt boxes. Oh, that worked. He gets the damage. But then after the Massa, one projectile was all he needed.
Right now, teleports himself out of the corner, just backing off just a tiny bit to get that wall to connect. And Aso playing with the space right now, just making it so hard for Swift Frazier to approach him. One touch, two, three touches, and he's already got the health lead.
And you know, passively, he's always counting up the clones that land as well for the tackle KB. Very rarely see Swift Frazier miss that one.
Oh, nice anti-air.
Crispy.
Again, throw tech from Swift Frazier. Doing a lot of defense. Really good use of that up shadow.
Is tech. Oh my god, that's so good tech, Falcon.
8-frame reversal, right? Or 8-frame special?
Uh-huh. And he takes less damage from the first hit of the win, so basically Cetrion, she just can't do it against him, and that grab's gonna do it. Swift Frazier. Matchup knowledge. I like to see it. But look, he's a specialist. He will do his homework on these things.
He's definitely playing very patiently, just walking Asodematsu down. It's a very hard thing to do. You have to have a lot of mental resilience to be able to do this to a Cetrion who's going to teleport when you walk her into the corner. And he's kind of finding his hits. Like, Aso gets these hits, but a lot of his damage is coming from chip. For Frazier's successful hits do so much damage because of that slide. Evening out the health bars isn't too bad. Look at that. Back 3 into slide. 20%. Now Aso is the one that has to fight back.
Yep, and speaking of fighting back, that's the development. Now when he hits that forward 2, ooh! When Asadamasa hits that forward 2 now, he's not going to be able to just do the wins every single time. If he expects you to reversal up shoulder, he has to natural barrier, which obviously is unsafe, depending on what the situation is, which creates a mix-up now every time he blocks that. But it's still 1-0. It's a long 1-0 though. This has been a long set. We've only just started, really.
Oh, Swift Frazier right now, he's in a very good position. And down 3. The far-reaching poke. I really like the decision to go straight into the slide over there. Aso did not have the defensive bar to soak through that one. And Swift Frazier gets the game on the board.
And that's going to be a 1-1 situation, but this is going to be a battle of range. 2 characters that excel at it. But that's Cetrion matchup knowledge being displayed here. And we have created, I think, a progression of the matchup as we go. Because now, Asadamasa is well aware. I hit you with that mid into the wins, and you do the up clone. Now I need to do natural barrier, which completely messes up the timing and probably punishes you. But again, now it's I know that you know that I know, and we go from there.
Yeah, it's like, which layer are you on? All about the buying game, but now it's really... They have layers. But Aso now, you know, he's gonna have to think a lot more about his approach in the offense. Like, and that is, I feel, quite a scary thing to do when he's already struggling to get damage past the chip damage. I really do feel like that's such a big part of this matchup right now, because Swift Frazier only needs something like a back 3 or a forward 2 or something like that to connect into slide, and then Aso is the one that has to like start working that much harder to try and you know, make the trade-off count.
Now, as we go back into this matchup, one thing that Noob Cybot will have over Cetrion is just the ability to shred damage. When he lands a punish in this variation, the launching teleport, I tell ya, if the teleport is a part of the matchup, launching teleport is the item ability to go with. Oh, and Hell's Wrath. Looks annoying, and it is, but again, it's not a lot of damage. The amount of work, you have to chip away at these characters. The Noob Saibot hits you once, and he'll just even the odds. A couple of slides, and he's in business.
And here.
Oh.
There it is.
He makes the read. I told you. You know that I know that you know. Eat it. 39.
40%. Look at that.
That's it. That's the round. You know, I told you damage. Sweet Frazier hit Azadamasa way less in that round, but it equals out. And it's annoying to get in this matchup, but when you do, oh boy.
Oh, that was a really nice answer to the Hell's Wrath.
Yes, it was, and it leads to a 30% teleport punish. Oh, and he hasn't got meter, so he has to go with max damage, which will be the tackle absorption. Not really that beneficial for him, though, because it's not even giving him the life lead. One of the best times to get hit with it, as strange as that sounds.
Yeah, definitely. Not a KB you see very often, but I guess one spent's better than none. Oh my goodness, the deep jump and into the teleport drops the follow-up confirmed, though. Very unlucky for Swift Frazier.
The forward 2-2 link after 2-on-2, much more difficult than it looks and leaves you punishable. So there's a reason a lot of Noob Saibots, they just do forward 2 on its own. You lose about 4%, but it really hurts to miss. He's making the perfect call now, staying safer. Oh, goes for the Mighty Unjust, right? The cheeky. Back one.
Oh, he gets jimmied.
Now we can see this,
Frazier.
We can see why this is the variation that he takes. Because it gives Noob Saibot real threat to counter the zoning, and he can afford to get hit by projectiles. He hits one teleport, bam, evened it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it really needs, right? Is just one solid opening. And a lot of the time, I think, even if you make Cetrion teleport and she uses her defensive bar, that's pretty much just better for you, because it allows you to cash out on that damage. But in this situation, yeah, it's like Swift Frazier is playing really patient with his approach, and he's just playing really well, because right now he looked like he was at quite a deficit with that first round in the set, and now Aso looks like he's kind of struggling to figure out what to do against Swift Frazier.
Tank garage bunker.
But I feel like this would be a fantastic position for Sweet Frazier to be in, because he's been on a tear recently online. He started to become a regular attendee of top 8s of the weekly Open Series. He is an Open Series champion, the only Open Series champion to win with 100% Noob Saibot as well, across about 8 or 9 months. And Ultimate has been very kind to him, allows him to take his expertise and really apply it to a level that he never could before. The interruption! He is straight up blocking the first hit, and before the amp comes out, he's hitting standing 1. Absolutely insane.
Oh my. Just as you mentioned, the Aso just doesn't want to spend
masterclass. Oh my good lord, Falcon. This is a masterclass right here. Not only is he interrupting, but he's hitting the optimized combos too. Good lord.
Incredibly good matchup knowledge right here from Swift Frazier. Because right now he's just walking Aso down into the corner, he's making him teleport, and there it is. No defensive bar now for the next round if he can get a hit on him right now.
Oh, there's a lot of work that was done, but Cetrion can still bring this back. The zoning is real. A punish on the teleport is going to absolutely win the round too, so Sweet Frazier has to be careful. Oh no! Oh no! Everything was going so well!
Is this the greatest turnaround round? Because that looked really strong for Swift Frazier at the start, but he's not dead. Oh my goodness!
Oh, good God. Falcon match point for Sweet Frazier. Absolutely ridiculous. And the Fatal Blow is gone for Cetrion.
My lord. Yeah, the Fatal Blow is gone. That's such a big counter, you know, just a tool that he needs. And right now, I mean, Aso's gonna have to work really hard right now to stop Swift Frazier's momentum, because he might be feeling a little bit tilted after the way the last round ended.
I mean, he hasn't got as much resources to get the job done. He has to be very, very careful now. But not doing a bad job, and he's staying much safer, doing just the mid on its own now, not the rest of it. He's trying to mess up that timing big time. He does not want to get punished the way he has been. That standing 1 interruption. Didn't even know Noob Saibot could do that. Very impressive matchup knowledge from Sweet Frazier, but he has to work very hard now for the rest of this round. He can afford to lose one. There we go. Hang on a minute. Now Asso has a far teleport. Does he spend it? Yes, he does. Well worth the meter usage to get out of there.
So Frazier as well, he has the fatal blow. He's going to get the corner positioning, and Asso doesn't have the bar to break.
Uh-oh. Fatal blow is now a threat. Asadamasa cannot get hit here. Oh, he buffered the telly! What are we expecting to happen here? The pushback, the chip. Taking out the forward two. The immediate jump. The grab again. Hang on a minute. Fatal blow is ready.
Oh, the teleport. Avoiding the last clone.
Oh! That's absolutely close games. That was 8 seconds on the clock right there. Now, still match point for Sweet Frazier.
Sweet Frazier is just playing so patiently when he's approaching Asso Damatse right now as well. Asso just, trying to keep him away. That one slide taking on, and Asso's fighting right now, just trying to do as much damage as possible. Blowing up on the wall, and straight away answers back.
And because of that patch, it was a while ago now, but that patch that made the kind of input system out blocking or whatever much more consistent, that's going to be a really consistent punish for Noob Saibot too. No doubt, that's why Sweet Frazier goes for it. Gets it every time. But now we're in a dangerous position. Even if Asadamasa gets launched here, there will be an uppercut at least.
You can see that he's trying to bait Sweet Frazier into a few things. He's trying to shimmy as well. He's doing a lot of forward walk back dashes. He's just trying to get something out of him, trying to make him whiff, teleporting away, trying to play the timer.
Fatal blow.
Giving Sweet Frazier a fatal.
That blocked barrier really did him a favor, if anything. And now he moves in. The reversal slide's almost going to do it. He's so close, he can taste it. Down 4? Oh no! Was that down 4?
I'm sure that was meant to be a down back 4. I think it was meant to be an up clone. Asso trying to chip away, it wasn't enough, but the down
How much do we want to bet that that downfall was meant to be up clone? I feel
I'm
like
pretty sure it was meant to be up clone. He did slides because he wanted Asso to jump, because that's exactly what he did to him before. He jumped in on him and then he did 2-1 fatal blow. And that's how Asso won that, like he got that off earlier. He wanted him to jump. I'm sure that was an up clone.
Oh my god, game 5 again. Here we go. Oh man. That was the moment. That was the win right there.
Really was. Hopefully he's not in his own head too much about that one. Asimani probably letting off a big sigh of relief as well after getting that game. Keeping himself
feels
alive.
Very much like a lifeline, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. A second win has been granted to the Italian Cetrion player, for a potential chance at being able to play against another fellow Italian player, Mirko. But right now, so Frazier is gonna have to. I mean, we're down to the final game. I don't really think there is much else to say. We have been seeing, just how these guys have been playing the matchup, but that last game was a complete scramble.
Oh yeah, it was. In the last closing moments where things very much did not go to plan, I think. Now go into Shang Tsung's ruins. Pretty good start there from Sweet Frazier. Now, we haven't had a chance to really see the tackle KB, but every time you get that slide in the amp, it is a separate count towards the tackle crushing blow. So make sure you keep that in mind. Escape failed. That could absolutely be used in a rainy day. Noob Saibot, both grab directions, give him a KB, so that's good.
Definitely. Oh, gets a punish with the air teleport.
Sweet Frazier. A man on a mission to correct the wrong that was done last time. The 1-1. 1-1-2 coming out again. Looking to pass you forward. Ooh, back-to-back barrier. Haven't seen that in some time.
Right now, going for the meaty barrier as well. Also just trying to back off, trying to find a hit. Skews for Frazier away, slowly chipping away at the health bar. He's got a bit of a health lead. But also Frazier needs his one touch. He might have just stolen that. Yes, he did.
Now the fatal blow belongs to him, but the damage of the fatal blow means that if Asadamasa gets hit really at all, he's done. The natural. Oh, the wins. Push back. It really starts to add up at this point. Empty jump grab to tech. Let's not forget the crushing blow still exists as well.
Coming down to 10 seconds now. Catch up.
Yep. I mean, I don't actually think there's anything he can do. Wait, he can spend the KB, but will it be enough? No, he didn't believe. That was his knowledge. That was his knowledge. He would have spent it and still lost.
Purifies. Round 2. Fight.
But right now, Asodamate on set point as well. Very swift turnaround. But right here, oh, doesn't get the punish on the wake up. Know that he was definitely fishing for it.
I love that, being able to, you absorb the first slide, but the amp still comes out and punishes you. And it gives him damage, knockdown, and another one towards that KB requirement, which I think he's hit so many slides we're getting pretty close to. But now Sweet Frazier, this is the last winner's bracket lifeline on what should have been his winner's finals place anyway. And Asodamate doing a great job of fighting back, getting the meatiest of meaty jump kicks to blow up the down 4. No anti-air for you, sir. Knocked down, and things are just going from bad to worse.
Yeah, Swift Frazier looking like he's in peril right now, but the fatal blow connects.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, what's he gonna do now? Asodamate as well, sitting on the fatal blow. Gotta be careful.
He's got 201 health. If he gets hit by back 3 slide, he might survive with like magic pixel. The teleport getting out to safety. Sweet Frazier has to be so careful. Looks for it. The tech. Oh, the throw tech. I gotta say, teching that grab at the last minute is insane because I'm pretty sure he still had crushing blow throw.
I think, yeah, he still had the throw KB.
He got grabbed. If he got grabbed there.
Yeah,
he got grabbed
that was
there,
a very clutch tech from Asodamate. He definitely did still have that KB because obviously he didn't spend it the round before. And I mean, Aso, you know, he just about got away with the game before, but this game, it seemed like that final round looked like it was his. He was really just able to run away with that and play the timer and just make it the most frustrating experience for Swift Frazier, who's trying to approach him, and known to not have exceptional movement in the ground.
But it was a hard-fought matchup. I feel like in those closing moments, the fact that the button he pressed at the time kind of caught the grab, the tech comes out, saves him, and it undoes the crushing blow as well. That was the moment. That was where the win was, because it would have done enough damage. And then it's unfortunate again with that down 4 in the last game. It was so tragic. He played so well. But I mean, hey, look, folks, if anything, you get to see why he's my favorite Noob Saibot player to watch right now. You know what I mean? Him and Abyss, my 2 top. Absolutely. But let's talk about the pro competition, Falcon. We have North America, Liga Latina, and Intercontinental. They have all these different sub-regions, as you can see, and these are forever ongoing. It is that, again, compete.playstation.com. It's all done through PS4 tournaments. The Open Series is as well. It's the one-stop shop, and with all 3 of these different leagues taking place, covers a vast amount of the world. And, you know, the Mortal Kombat community is a worldwide community.
It's a great way to just get started and also just to see how you fare against the rest of the competition in your region. Honestly, just a great way to, potentially even earn some money if you start doing really well as well. It's all a qualification process. You're earning points. It's working in that structure. You're going to be earning 350 for first and 260. You'll be earning them as you go along, depending on your placements. But it is going to be very hard-fought competition. So if you're looking for a place to level up, look no further.
Now, I'm curious about our next set of matches because we are in for a bit of a treat, I think. If memory serves, we should have the match with Zoka versus Infamous. So Infamous, a player that, again, I think that I'm not particularly familiar with, which is really weird. I think I say this more about recent UK players than anyone, which is kind of embarrassing because I used to pride myself of knowing every UK player, but I think it just talks about the growth of the UK scene. There's always a whole bunch of new and up-and-coming UK talent. And Infamous being able to make this top 8. Losers side, this is elimination territory, as it is losers bracket. But Zoka, who is one of the most impressive Cabals you can watch. This guy is an absolute animal.
Yeah, Zoka is an incredibly strong Cabal player, very much a Cabal loyalist as well. Has a different variation for, various different matchups. But we've seen him just consistently just show us solid Cabal gameplay. Which, in Europe we have like a few Cabal players, but he still doesn't feel like a character we see too often. You know, in the realm of like the online tournaments and things, we're not always seeing the Cabals in top 8s. And in fact, I don't think we really do much.
Shouts to Kombat.
Yeah, you know, the American Cabal players out there as well are doing exceptional amounts of damage and stuff. But Zoker is definitely a guy that you should be keeping your eyes on. Another Italian player. I mean, this is three sets now in a row where we've been having these Italian players, and all three of them are incredibly strong, as you said earlier on. But before we can get into the game, we do want to. Sorry, go ahead.
I think we had the same idea. I'm pretty sure. Before we go into this game, we want to shout out Astro, because, as always, if you're familiar with Pro Competition, Astro is the official audio partner of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All of our audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season, and if you want to find out more about their wonderful products, go to astrogaming.com and check out their PlayStation audio products that are available right now. Shav, we had the same idea, I think, and I'll let you have the next one. I stole that one by mistake.
All good. Either way, we're just pretty hyped to get into the next set. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited to see who Infamous plays. I genuinely don't recognize the name. I don't feel like I've even seen it in passing. So I have no idea who this person plays, who this person is. And I think that's, you know, really exciting going into this match, because obviously we know Zoker to be really good. But if we have a really close set in our hands, it really opens our eyes and widens the perspective on just how good the level of competition really is nowadays.
Right. Zoker, you know he's going to pick Cabal. The question is, what variation? He doesn't, although I'm sure he does know how to use the air dash Cabal, it's not the only one he plays. He plays a whole bunch, and he does a great job of showing off how good Cabal can be without it. And this is the variation, MKX character. This gives him all kinds of mix-ups. The Cassie Cage coming out from Infamous. I know the gamer tag is Obsidian, but I believe the player did request their gamer tag to appear on stream as Infamous, so we're going to go with that. And Zoker. Zoker always has the finest Cabal customs. Look at how cool he looks. The MK9 mask, dash cancel, low grab, and air grab, like the combo extender.
Yeah, it seems like a very solid and traditional Zoker loadout, if I may. The low hit grab he really likes to use, opening up a lot of space. And yeah, you know, just a solid Cabal loyalist. Infamous, on the other hand, Cassie, who we've been seeing a fair bit of recently in the online competitive field. But ultimately, you know, a character that's still, I want to say, like, she's not bad. She's not amazing as well, but she has her uses. She's got a lot of utility.
Yeah, she kind of has a bit of everything, doesn't she? And if you're a super talented player with the fundamentals, she's a good pick for that. And Zoker, the dash cancels. This is where we start to develop, because dash cancel, the fact that we already see, he thinks you wake up roll, he loves going for that buzzsaw KV.
Up here. Yeah, punish straight away. The walk forward is into Nomad dash. Zoker with the matchup knowledge.
And a nice little ender, just for the good damage, the knockdown, the mix-up. That's such a scary mix-up. And the escape failed. He really did give it a go. And the forward throw coming out anyway. Importantly, escape failed, Falcon. You combine that with the plus frames and stuff, that's scary.
It definitely is. I wonder if that was a buffer. The back one into Nomad dash. Not something you see every day.
I believe it was a single hit confirmed, because he's got the Nomad, he's got the dash cancel, right? Which kind of opens that window. Like, look, we already know he's got those.
You're right. But yeah, he does have that escape failed.
Oh, and in the corner, if you get hit, he just believed you were going to fear the low. Oh, God. And then the second you fear the overhead, the rest comes out. Sure. Oh, my Lord. What a game. What a round that was from Zoker.
That corner pressure felt like shades of MK9. That was something that we haven't really, you know, seen too often. It's just how effective these Nomad dash cancels can really be. And I think just how much intimidation factor that they really bring to the table.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that corner mix-up. He has the low hook grab, which knocks down anyway. He does the back 1-2, and if the 2 hits you, he cancels into the amplified buzzsaw, which launches. It's the gift that keeps on giving. I think there's a reason his variation, he likes to refer to it as an MKX character. MKX had super insane launching mix-ups pretty much here, there, and everywhere. And if you play Cabal, It's such a tragedy that we see almost every Cabal rock just the Slight Gas, because Cabal is so much more than that. And I'm not downplaying Slight Gas. It's ridiculously good. But you can still take Cabal and give him other customs to play him in a different way, which is what Zoka is doing because he's been a specialist of so many of his variations before Ultimate. He's gone into this really prepared.
Yeah, and it seems like, you know, he's definitely a guy that knows his matchups, he knows his punishes and everything like that. And I think it's oddly refreshing since Ultimate is dropped to not see Light Gas on Cabal, but just see more of this conventional Cabal gameplay. Cashing out on that KB nice and early, gonna get himself a forward throw right now, and he's got a decent health rate.
Making another prediction perhaps on that back roll, throwing it once more on Wake Up just to establish space. Zoka is going to establish. And the thing is, you can spend those offensive bars on the potential mix-ups or whatever it is you're trying to do, because he has defensive meter used for the dash cancel.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
He gets shitty.
The cancel into grab. General rule of thumb is single hit into dash cancel tends to be pretty plus, but it's the double hits that tend to be not as much. They're there to catch you flinching, I think. And round one for Zoka. I mean, I'm glad that I haven't cursed him by speaking him up, because he's one of my favorite players. Infamous hasn't had much of an opportunity to really fight back yet. That was a hard read on a jump, perhaps. Maybe it was just an input error. Oh, the chase down, the punish on the flipping out.
That was a brilliant punish right there as well, just completely reacted to it. Gonna get himself a nice back throw over here. Has Infamous in the corner. Zoka now just trying to feel out the space. The back one confirmed.
Single hit confirms. It's what the dash cancel allows you to do. And even without Slight Gas, man's still getting 33% in the corner, at least. Oh, that was no confirm. That was just a hard read on the overhead landing, I think. Right, Nutcracker. What can Infamous do from this? Okay, let's go.
Alright, forward throw. Trying to establish something. Infamous now has the potential. Oh, the back three whiffing. Jumped clean over.
And that's going to be a really solid showing, continuing for Zoka. And I'm always a big fan of watching this style of Cabal. I love that win pose as well. I guess I'm a sucker for the classics, but the fact that you get the mix-up layers, you get the low, you get the dash cancel, which again, if you have those reactions, being able to build those single hit confirms. And what we mean by that is, normally if you do a single button on its own, you can't hit confirm that. You can't see it land and then, you know, commit into something that combos or whatever, because it's a single button. You don't have the react, you cannot do it. But if you have the dash cancel, you can do those single buttons into Nomad Dash, and if you've seen it hit, just let it rip. And if you see that button is blocked, the startup of the Nomad Dash gives you the extra frames to see it get blocked, and then you cancel. But if you cancel, you're plus.
Definitely a strong tool when used correctly. But, you know, I think one of the scariest things about this as well, you know, with the single button hit confirms, is that 4-4 becomes confirmable. And that's a 9-frame mid, you know, but we haven't really been seeing Zoka use that when he's point blank, to be honest. He tends to favor just sort of the sweep range with, you know, the back ones and the forward twos.
And one game away now from Zoka being able to take a swift 3-0 here in the loser's bracket. Elimination territory. And that back one. And I think you quite rightly pointed out, he doesn't like being point blank as much as he does back one range, because this variation he's built, back one is kind of the magic button. You've got the low, the back one too. And others
like there, yeah.
Speaking of which,
he just likes to shimmy. He likes to go in and out. He just weaves bobs in and out, just trying to get Infamous to press something. And then he's looking, he's fishing for these hits, because I feel like that's the easiest way to get the hits with Cabal, is he doesn't have conventional mix-ups per se, but he can definitely play the spacing to his favor.
I remember once upon a time, you know, Cassie versus Cabal was often seen to be a really difficult matchup for him. I'm pretty sure Ultimate and the ability to take different moves has significantly changed that. But it doesn't look anywhere near the same matchup that we used to see, right? Whereas Digital Soldier versus anything, really.
That's a scratch.
Yeah, I think you're right over there. Right here, the 4-4, keeping all the pressure up in the corner, keeping himself safe as well. The glow kick not going to get able to, he's just doesn't have the ability to punish that.
Yeah, I wonder what Cabal can do, if anything, because it's -8, right?
Yeah, I don't think he can, I don't think he has anything fast enough.
Fight.
Yeah, he's not the fastest button character, is he? Either way, still match point though for the Italian Cabal. Absolutely killing it so far. We're going to get a forward throw just to keep things a little bit less predictable. Dash into...
Looking to potentially
good trade.
out in this top 8 as well, but a nice anti-air. Infamous is going to have to fight back. Nice whiff punish as well with the back three moves right there.
Always. Channel the Babs. Dash and grab. Lovely tech though from Zoka. Get off me. Oh, down. The raw jump in. Oh, doesn't quite manage to get the Nomad dash. Normally the classic jump in option selection, one of the most effective. Plus frame mix up.
Caught him flinching. Well, he's starting to use the air buzzsaw a bit more than he has been this whole set now. Over the back 3.
What a pick up. Lovely pick up there from Infamous. Oh, God, love was that. Does the walk back. Another fatal blows a threat. The grabs are absolutely severe. And there's one more. Do it. The dash in. The back one. Plus frames. Blocks it. Really good block. That might be saving his skin. The block, because it's only -8.
Oh, he got clipped. I have no idea why he got hit over there, but I could tell he was just trying to chip Infamous out. That was really his round. But Infamous holding it together, has the round on the board for themselves, and you know, potentially could make a start if something happened, but it's going to be very difficult when Zoka right here is still on set point.
There's the chase down. Signs of life absolutely from Infamous so far. This is looking like a complete wash of a 3-0. Oh! You're not expecting the amplify there. Clean anti-air. All right, Zoka. Maybe getting a bit too far ahead of himself. The flipping out's going to get punished, though. Not at the right range. And there's the break. Might be the only break we get access to here, because Infamous now back to the corner with Cabal and these mix-ups. A really good block on the overhead. Surely you're happy to take the low if it means the overhead doesn't combo you.
This is a very difficult position to be in. The forward 4, whip punished by the back 1. Just outside the range. He's going to end in that 2-3 low hook, 33%. This is a lot of damage to take, but Fatal Blow is available. Nice throw tech.
You know he's looking for Fatal Blow. Oh, the grab! He'll survive. Barely. Wait, no, 950. Ooh. Still 1.
Oh my god, the kneecapping.
Oh, that was it. The absolute moment that straight kick got blocked and the forward 2 came out. At that point, you don't need it to hit. You just need it to connect. Zoka is going to take that win over Infamous. Shoutouts to Infamous, though, making it this far. Top 8 is no easy task, especially with a character like Cassidy.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to have those fundamentals on deck, and clearly those fundamentals were enough to get you this far. So well done, and hopefully we can see you again. Zoka will be moving on.
Yeah, Infamous played that really well. You know, was definitely like, you know, showing signs of life, was just able to kind of like try and fight back, but ultimately Zoka just was the one controlling the entire set, just with playing just overwhelming pressure and abusing the spacing that he was trying so hard to maintain with the back 1. You know, an excellent real usage of Nomad Dash Cancel. Not something that we get to see too often, but when it's used right, it is fantastic.
Oh, it's really good. And I love watching a good Cabal. Always been one of my favorite characters to watch, and especially now in Ultimate. Again, you know, I almost feel like a broken record saying it, but Ultimate has allowed real like specialists to kind of thrive a little bit here. You know, the Sweet Frazier noob, the Zoka Cabal, they're all perfect examples of that. And that's going to be our first match in this first round of losers. Up next, we'll find out what our next match is going to be. Now, before we do, because I accidentally stole your thunder last time, run us through the PS4 tournaments.
We'll do the PS4 tournaments. Well, the Open Series, the presenting partners for the Pro Competition Online. Proudly presented by PS4 Tournaments. There are weekly competitions for all skill levels. You can compete against your friends and rivals for unique rewards. Visit the PlayStation 4 Competition Center, the one destination that has Mortal Kombat content that gives you an inside look at how top players play and tips and tricks for players of all skill levels. Head over to the website compete.playstation.com, sign in with your PSN, and you are good to go. If you are looking to get yourself into some competitive Mortal Kombat action and join in the carnage, that is the greatest place to start, because you can just play from the comfort of your home, as we are all pretty much here bound to, unfortunately. But thankfully, we have these things to compete in and a way to keep the competitive spirit alive during these unfortunate times.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat community has had plenty of opportunities to still compete and stay active. You know, we have this tour here with the Pro Competition Intercontinental. If you are of this region, we have had Open Series for, I think at this point it is about 9 months, because we've just finished the January monthly finals, right? So there's plenty and plenty and plenty. And not even mentioning the absolute massive amount of community activity, you know, whether it's Champion of the Realms, whether it's the lockdown throwdowns that you guys run, whether it's Massive Strike that we run. It's going to be all kinds of different things. And so many people that there's just too many to name. You know, the Mortal Kombat community has always been wonderful for putting on exhibitions, whether you're Digital, Echo, anything. You know, there's so much activity online to keep people going. And it's great to see. And I really do hope that we continue to see it. But let's talk about our next match, Javier versus Orb, who has come back from a bit of an extended break.
Yeah, so this is a very interesting set to look at because given this, we can talk about characters as much as we want, but this is really a player matchup, I think, at this point. Now, Javier, obviously a very frequent and prominent online Scorpion player. We saw him do some severe damage, taking third last time in EU West. But coming off of a mild hiatus,
look at that reptile!
The old main as well with the Cassie Cage that we did see up on in the beginning of the MK11. And, you know, pretty much just returning from the break and making this loser side top 8 as well. Looking to prove something over here and looking real good on the return. But Javier, definitely, you know, really good result last time we were here at the IKK catch-up.
Oh, without question, because Javier has been such a fearless Scorpion, the embodiment of a Scorpion that just believes in their decisions and dedicates to them. Now the plus frames being respected, enforced again. Ooh, the shoulder charge, really expecting Javier to challenge there, and I guess bang on the money because Orc's going to be able to get that damage. A comeback is possible always from Scorpion, but the up 3! Okay, that plus string, that's being used up a huge amount. Now what can Orc do here? No counter hit.
Oh, that was a flinch. Just about got away from the second hit of that string as well. Javier right now forcing up into a position where he would have to try and use his projectiles or just chase him down. Oh, but a max range punish.
We're frenemies now.
Now that's going to be round 1 here for Orb. Gotta say, repping Exalted, you know, shout out to them. Upcoming UK team, always trying to build UK talent. Seen them in the Open Series, seen them in Intercontinentals, love to see it. And a Demon Dash for Javier. Nice little combo ender, fast with punish too. I think the Demon Dash, I wonder how that might work against some of Cassie's moves actually. I wonder if it can punish. Probably not the flying kicks, it's slower than 8 frames now, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, the double. Let's go. Javier with the combos in the corner. But no break available.
I think they made it.
Switch coming out.
I think they made it 12 frames if memory serves me right. But I could be wrong. Javier finding the hit, but a tech from he's looking for the confirm into Fatal Blow right now. He knows that's going to close out the round and get him the first game, and he wants that. He's going to look for a back 3 or a glow kick straight into it. Javier right now, he just doesn't want to commit to anything. Using those minus frames to dash in for 3. Not getting clipped by these spears. Javier teleport cancel.
Letting it rock. The whole thing. Minus. But not punishable. Looking for it again. Always sticking the glow kick on the end because all it takes is a confirm to cancel into grab. Honestly, all things considered, that was still a very, very risky play from Javier. But that goes back to what I talk about. My man believes in his decisions. Now 1 round apiece for game 1.
Oh, right there. He tried the same thing again. Being wise to it. Answers back with the 1-1-1. Full combo. Oh, I thought he was going to try for the tip with the back 1. Didn't get it with the interactable. Using it for himself.
Oh, dearie me! And that was almost a flawless victory, but not quite. A little bit of Chip had other plans. But game 1 for Orb. Be nice to see him move on forward. Now again, this guy took a bit of a breakaway. I know I think he was feeling a bit competitively burnt out. He was a regular, like top 3 finisher in the Open Series for many months during the kind of aftermath age of Mortal Kombat 11. And then right as Ultimate happened, he did take a bit of a back seat. And, you know, sometimes that happens, you know, if you're a player and whether it's any hobby that you're into, you kind of need to always, if you're not enjoying it for a bit or whatever, or you're stressing yourself out, take a bit of a break away and then you'll fall in love with it again. And I think that's what's happening with Orb. He's back, he's in top form, top 8, come on now. He's doing great.
It allows you to really, you know, kind of grasp a different perspective or perhaps even just widen the one that you currently had. I feel like when you spend so much time kind of like competing and, you know, just doing it maybe there's a point where someone begins to tunnel vision, and I think he's taking a step back, kind of allowed him to approach the game a bit differently. But he seems to be very comfortable playing the game right now. I mean, that last round was entirely in his favor, and Javier didn't seem to have any control of nothing at all. But we know Javier to be quite an explosive player, so we could see anything happen. He does have the escape failed to start off with. We might spend it here, but doesn't want to spend it.
Let's save it for a rainy day is often the strategy these days. It's that kneecapping. We're going to see all the time. Lovely anti-air though. Ooh, and we cash out. A little chunky 24% just like that. Good throw tech. And we're going to get rid of the escape failed. Oh, but get hit in the chin anyway.
Tried to get the wake-up punish. The kneecapping didn't get punished from Javier.
Ooh. Dash in. Now this is going to be somewhat of a noob Cybot effect. Where you use that 3-hit string. Having the kind of straight kick on the end of it does introduce a bit of an extra gauge, right? Where you can do a string and you expect it, it's my turn to press a button or whatever. Now you have this extra move that you can just throw on top, and if you've got Fatal Blow, you can combo into it. It's a, do I use it or do I not use it?
An ever-looming threat, readily available. It finds a pickup over here. Oh, the throw blowing up the button of Javier as he's got himself in the corner. Nice throw
there it is again. Oh, looking real clean in this round, but with Javier able to take the first one. Fatal Blow. You can never count out a Scorpion with Fatal Blow. I refuse to do it. No confirm there from Orby. There could have been a little bit of extra damage left on the table. The grab, okay, here we go. Remember, escape failed was undone with a throw tech in round 1.
Goes for the dash and shoulder escape failed as well. Javier, yeah, he still has that KB anyway. The throw. Oh, up. Finds a hit, didn't commit.
Again, he just didn't believe in it, and he gets caught! You know when I said I can never count out Scorpion with Fatal Blow?
Yep.
Although, I gotta admit, that seemed a little bit less like the Scorpion with Fatal Blow comeback, and more completely letting that round slip through his fingers. I think he had about 3 separate opportunities where he absolutely could have won the round, and just didn't either commit or he didn't confirm. It all just kind of fell to pieces.
Yeah, definitely like a couple really important like special cancels just slipped through his fingers. He had some opportunities that he could have really taken over there, but ultimately just getting caught with the whip punish at the end. And Javier tying it up. Really, this is, I mean, I kind of was expecting to see it go kind of back and forth between both these guys because they're both very aggressive players. They're both very stagger heavy, very shimmy heavy, and they like their throws. They like their strike throw mix-ups a lot, but they also like to kind of play with their heart. They really do just commit to the little things, you know, the hard reads. And right now we are completely even catch-up, so I'm excited to see how the rest of the set pans out.
Bit of a wake-up call perhaps from Orp. That was a good game 1, but game 2 definitely kind of slipped apart. He has a tendency to have some rather unfortunate happenings in tournaments sometimes, and he can really beat himself up over it too. He's a very self-critical player, which isn't a bad thing because you have to be your own biggest critic if you're going to improve. But you have to keep your head in the game too, and that's the important thing. Something Orp has definitely got better at, but Javier is the kind of player that he's just not afraid to dedicate, right? And that is a scary opponent to fight.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, the sandals right at the end.
Looking for the confirm and he'll find it. Doesn't need the 2-1-2. Just keep the restand as is. With a really chunky life lead to work on. And the back 3 is going to do it. Flawless victory for Scorpion.
Fight.
Yeah, Javier right now just has control. Op seems very hesitant and reluctant to want to do much. Again, punished on the kneecapping. Using that when Javier is full screen doesn't seem like the right choice. He is just reacting with these teleports with that forward throw. Getting some life on the table. Nice throw tech.
Whole string whip. He's going to get clipped by that back one. Javier full combo again. Lovely little knockdown. Is this where he goes 2-1-2? Looks like it will be. Yes, it will. Damage over time and the added pressure. Oh no. Javier, completely overwhelming Orc right now. Orc looking a little bit uncomfortable, but he commits. Too comfortable with the teleport, perhaps.
Yeah, Javier probably not afraid to play the gamble as he does have such a substantial life lead. But a confirm right there into that glow kick, into the fatal blow. Op gonna get a nice chunk of damage on the table, but it's not enough to kill.
Oh, and he pulls it off. That was looking so one-sided up until that moment.
Final round. Fight!
Oh, the double cancel.
All over the place. Confirm, and no breakaway, because, I mean, he teleport cancelled.
Oh, whiffed on hit. Unlucky for him. Gets the escape failed as Javier. Start playing around the strike throw game as well a lot. The down four is being used by Op. Trying to find an opening hit, but the neutral jump. Not enough.
Ooh, that's a knockdown. Not going to amp it just in case. Now another cancels happen to Javier. Once more, no breaker. The scary game of using those teleport cancels, but it is the risk reward you face. Back to the full screen, looking for that KB. Not quite.
Very, very patient as well for Javier. Just finding his moments. Oh, the big whiff punish.
Oh, looking for the double bar spend. Really good idea, but he overcommits. Wait a minute. He fishes for the counter poke.
Oh my goodness.
There.
And also wisely going into the straight guns to guarantee the 2 hits to actually get the chip kill over there. But that, Javier made the right call, but just didn't have the right height to make that work. Op just about got away with that breakaway and ultimately got himself the game as he takes the lead in this set. 2-1.
But that was hard fought. He was inches away from getting hit with fatal blow and things maybe being a little bit different. But all the same, 2-1 now. That boy from Glasgow doing well. And it is a nice return to have someone like Javier, he's been an online demon for so long. You don't really see him in a huge amount of tournaments either. But when you do, he makes a real splash.
Definitely makes his mark. You know, took out some pretty strong players to make it into this top 8 as well. Now, the curious thing, I think, I don't really think there's much of a reason for Javier to switch off Scorpion, but should it happen, I'd very much like to see his spawn again, to be honest. I mean, I'm pretty sure we saw him playing spawn at one point.
He hasn't used Demon Dash in a while either. It is entirely the teleport cancel. Scorpion with the jump in between anti-air. Orc, not going to spend the amp. There's the down one interrupt. Almost getting hit by that cheeky little KB. The forward throw to keep him in the corner. Javier, no defensive bar to cancel the teleports, but he has to hold all this. And now things are starting to get a little bit critical because over his half, it's about to drop. Oh, there's the counter hit though, never mind. And he's out.
Throw tech, wise to it. Finds a nice confirm as well with that pickup ending for 230 damage. Watch that fatal blow. This is comeback potential right here for MK Javier.
There's the fatal blow. And remember, 950 health. Even if this wasn't going to kill, which it probably would have, it will definitely against Cassie. She has that less health. And Javier back in it. 1 round on the board. This is no game 5, folks. He's close to being able to tie us up and bring us into a game 5. This has been a sort of long first half of the stream.
It really has, because some of these matches are very, like, you know, timer oriented. They're very, like, just running down the clock, very patient. Like we were seeing in this with Frazier Asso set as well. And some of them come down to the wire. But over here, MK Javier, he's just playing patient, playing his game right now. He does have the advantage with the round numbers. So moving back and just playing the neutral, going for the forward throw, gets the escape failed for himself too.
You definitely need to have a certain level of bravery to play Scorpion at this level. Dedicating to grabs the way you kind of have to. Taking the risks. Looking for a down 2 out of nowhere. The forward 4 and the cancel teleport again. No button presses from Orc, but he is running out of time in this game to make some differences. Fatal blow ready. But there's a lot more than that going to be needed. Keeping him standing, 16%. Not too shabby. And Javier, just a little bit of extra work left.
A little mix up. Right. Oh, that was a potential big whip punish. But the throw tech, no crushing blow on the throw anymore. That's been denied. Oh, and did not.
my God.
I really like the decision. It was risky, but it worked. Oh my goodness, and the duck.
That's right.
Not even gonna need the fatal blow for that one. So we're going into the what could be the final round here. Match point for Orp. Again, somehow able to pull off this comeback in the round. Looking for probably a flawless block and wake up with punish though. Not gonna amplify that kneecapping.
Definitely trying to get the breakaway.
Here comes the back one, back to a safe distance. The flawless block doesn't matter though. The back one on its own doesn't commit to anything. So Orp living to fight another day. Not committing to a lot of strings on his own actually, in fact. This is way too close to call, but the inclusion of Orp having his fatal blow, that's going to be what could be the decider, you know?
It very well could be catch up. Now over here, MK Javier is trying to fight his way through, gets opened up. The 1-1-1 doesn't have the breakaway. Off now, just needs one successful hit. This is a fair bit of chip damage to hold. The shoulder check into the chip, not enough.
Whoa! That jump two hitting out of nowhere, but not far away enough. Javier, he's looking for something to react to. He wants to teleport so bad. He has no last breath. What can he do? But Orp can't. He can't resist.
Yeah, he can't throw a projectile because he knows it's going to get teleported. He's just going to have to wait it out.
For 20 seconds.
He's going to have to wait it out. He knows he has to as well. Javier's trying. He checked him on the forward dash.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Oh, there's no friendship here.
Fatality.
And now I do know that he likes to dabble in a fair bit of Street Fighter as well, and I think that checking the dash was probably something that he picked up a lot from playing that game so extensively and stuff. Because that was a reaction. That kneecap and shot was definitely just him checking that, because he wasn't throwing anything before that, but he was trying to catch Javier in a state of recovery or something like that to ultimately win out that set. But Javier now, third place from last time, has now been eliminated from top 8 in round 1.
What a return for the Glasgow Cassie. Good matchup though for Orp, and it's good to see him back. Really happy to see him do so well, especially after being able to kind of find his feet again, I suppose. And just like that, our first round of matches here is done. 2 players unfortunately eliminated, others in the next round of losers, but next round of winners is something I'm looking forward to, that winners finals. Before we go for a break though and set things up on our next set of games, I'd like to remind everyone that you can directly support the pro competition. Go to amazon.com/Mortal Kombat and you can find all of this assorted merchandise. The cool thing is, if you like a design, you can mix and match with your region's tournament if that's what you want to support, which I assume most of you will. These are just a shred of the designs that you can find on Amazon. And like I said, go to that link on the top, amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. Support Mortal Kombat, support the pro comp, and wear some cool merch. You know what I mean? We're going to go for a quick break and set up our next set of matches. Thank you so much for joining us so far. This has been our latest edition of the Pro Competition Intercontinental Combat, presented by PS4. See you in a bit.
Jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the 4th dimension. Trapeze is high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators, get it back up and see you later. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. I like me for me. I am who I wanna be. Na 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 na. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. Prove it to myself like nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself like nobody else. Gotta
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series.
Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app.
Filter by type and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play.
Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time.
A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match.
Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Hi everyone and welcome back. You're currently watching the latest edition of the Mortal Kombat Pro Competition Intercontinental Combat, where we're deep in this bracket already. Falcon. My name's Ketchup, joined by Falcon. Hello. And we're going into our next round of games. So run us through the next matchup.
Yeah, the next matchup we're going to have in our hands is going to be between DMT and Zoker. DMT, we saw earlier on playing a very strong Garrus, switched to Shang Tsung in the end, but ultimately fell short in his match against Mirko. He's going to be taking on Mirko's hometown fellow player as well, Zoker. Zoker, we saw just, dismantle earlier on with an incredibly strong Cabal and a serious set of offense to pair with that character. But DMT, I'm not sure we can really count out. Now, Mirko does play Scorpion, and I feel like DMT kind of comfort picked to the Shang, but we know Shang Scorpion's a bit awkward for Shang, so maybe it will work better for Cabal. Who's to know?
And I think as well that there's so many different ways that players have been able to practice and get ready for what has been pro competition across the board. One of which has been by using PS4 tournaments, the Open Series, which is weekly access to online competition for EU and North America. The PS4 tournaments in general, it's pretty much a one-stop shop for online competitive Mortal Kombat 11. You have the pro competition with all of its sub-regions. We have the Open Series, which is 4 tournaments a month and then a monthly finals at the end, making it 5 each for EU and North America with weekly prize pots and payouts. It's right there, compete.playstation.com. It is as simple as going to that website, finding out the information that you need for your region, using your PS4 to sign up, and you're good for all tournaments, whether it's going to be Pro Comp or Open Series. On that note, let's continue some intercontinental combat. Zoka and DMT. Let's see what the matchup's going to be here. Cabal versus who?
It's going to be an interesting one. Now, Zoker's gone Hidden Cursor. I don't know if there's a mystery pick to be expected, because we know Zoker to just be a Cabal player, but, over here, just opting for the Hidden Cursor. Now, we've seen this go wrong since the Ultimate patch a few times, but I think it's safe to say that we're probably to be expecting the Cabal. Maybe just doesn't want to give away the loadouts for, the specials.
You probably want to keep that variation hidden against Shang Tsung as well. The Dragon Fight. Oh, Zoka with the Liu Kang. Now, okay, a lot of people, I've definitely seen Cabals in the past, so they hate fighting Shang Tsung. So if you are a specialist, like Zoka is, probably makes sense to make sure you've got a backup for matchups that you just cannot stand. And I guess Liu Kang for Shang Tsung has got to be one of them.
We'll have to see if his Liu Kang is as solid as his Cabal. Liu definitely, a top contender for being one of the better characters in the game. And this is a very popular variation amongst Liu players as well. The Dragonfire giving you some more damage on those normals and with the fireballs. Kasari Slam being the armor break and the command grab. And then he's got the low fireball, which is pretty much a staple in any Liu that wants to be able to zone.
But the Liu Kang just going to give him a bit more options than Cabal would. Definitely considered one of Cabal's roughest matchups is Shang Tsung, which, to be fair, is probably why DMT has picked Shang of all characters, because if you're going up against someone who you know is a beast with Cabal, this probably gives you the best chance. You should be confident that your Shang can beat the other picks, and in this case, being able to beat the Liu Kang is clearly proven. So here we go, Zoka able to fight back here. And there's the ticks. Watch out for the Kasari Slam.
These are only 10% per touch, but they do start racking up. You're gonna find a nice pickup off the 1-2. Drops the bicycle kick ender, but DMT not committing to the punish.
That command grab off the mid is becoming quite the annoyance, I think, for DMT so far. The question is, when is the time Zoka commits to the whole thing and then just confirms that? Oh! Ready for the wake-up 1-2. Liu Kang, powerful wake-up button character, to be honest. Not ready for the cheeky little amp, though. And here comes the knockdown and what could be next. There's the jump 3. DMT taking game 1 here over Zoka. Shang Tsung, solid as a rock.
Yeah, it looks very hard for Zoker to really get much in terms of substantial damage. He's really just getting tagged a lot in the process in neutral. And the jump kicks are adding up. The individual stray hits of the jump kicks, they start adding up. And, occasionally we are seeing a well-placed jump kick being OS'd into Eruption, which is also just continuing to add up. And it's looked a bit rough for Zoker. He had some moments where he was getting something going, but it seemed like he was a bit uncomfortable.
Collector.
Oh my goodness! Now I can get
Straight
behind
up
this.
Back in the pack.
The Lecter pick, back in the pack, is my favorite variation to play when playing this guy. But you have a teleport. You got far-reaching standing 4. You have, you know, just the command grab the forward 1 game. And this is a very interesting matchup.
And I think as well the Collector. I actually haven't seen anyone go with just straight up back in the pack since Ultimate. This is the first for me. However, we'll see if this Collector's going to be able to get that job done, really. Teleport's going to be pretty important in the neutral, I think. And the stagger's into command grab. Zoka already starting things off strong. Oh, no shake for you, sir.
Completely denied from that prospect. As we see right here, Zoka patiently working his way in, but that jump kick not going to work out. The OS not working in his favor because of the spacing.
We're just going for good damage now. Doesn't want to go for the down 2 just in case.
Oh, that was such a nice confirm. That stand 2 straight into the amplified bola closes things out with the forward 4 down back 3. Now this is a very unconventional pick in competitive Mortal Kombat 11, let alone, you know, just seeing it these days in Ultimate. You just don't really see Collector, and the way Zoker's playing him right now seems to kind of have DMT a little bit on the ropes.
Here comes the corner ender. Oh, the raw standing 3. Oh, no, standing 4. Doesn't commit to anything though. Command grab's going to whiff as well. And now the forward throw. A little bit of the heels back, but more importantly, creating that space, not allowing him. Lovely anti-cross up though. He cancelled. Oh, but the launch straight up. Full combo incoming. Restand or cash out?
Keep it unbreakable. Keep him. Oh, that was such a well-placed forward 3, reading through the eruption. The forward 4 down back 3 gonna close things out to get a nice chunk of damage off those bola confirms. And Zoker taking a game on the board for himself with a very unexpected Collector pick.
Yeah, I didn't even know he played Collector. I'm going to be honest with you. Was not ready for it, but I'm happy. Always happy to see more people repping Collector. I think he's got to be one of the least played. When I think of the 2 least played characters competitively, Collector's got to be there. Jax has got to be there. Like, there's not a lot of people that use these characters. Yeah, Shao Kahn as well, for sure. Didn't Video Game Joe try and enter this tournament with all Shao Kahn this week?
I believe so. Yeah.
Trying to put that 110 health to good use. Or 1100.
Oh, no, we did see Garrus earlier from DMT.
Tank garage bunker.
It looked pretty comfortable in the Garrus pick as well. So maybe just having the option of you know, the quicksand might just be hugely beneficial in this. Got quicksand, Sam Simulacrum, and the shifting sands as well. Shifting sands versus Collector, who doesn't really have good movement, is also pretty interesting to me.
Round 1, fight.
Here we go. Garrus and Collector head to head to that forward 3 into the stun instantly to come through. Now Zoka doesn't actually go for the down 2, like down 1 conversions or anything. He just goes for the straight up jump. I think he's just trying to keep it nice and consistent.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more consistent. You're not sacrificing too much damage as well to go for the optimal. To rather not go for the optimal. Over here, blocks the overhead.
Teleports out of the corner. The use of that back one as well. Collector. We always say he collected all the mids from all the realms.
Right now we're seeing a lot of respect.
Once more.
DMT loves that body splash as well. You guys see some throw Oki over here. Presenting on this platter. Goes to the 1-1-1 into the confirmment. The full string for almost 20%. Oh, and the kick grab. Well. Chuck him away.
Always.
It's not enough.
Covered in them. Oh, immediately cleared the stagger into the forward 2 is going to be good here. But this is where we're at. So this is going to open up for me an interesting situation, because if Zoka loses this, in theory he could go Cabal, but then you know that DMT is just going to go back to Shang Tsung.
Yeah,
so
you know, getting the early game lead. It's the character pick meta, really, right? Like because DMT got the point up, it's really like in his favor in terms of the counter pick. but it might not even come down to that. That 4-2 tick grab in the corner, racking on a nice 15% for himself. Zoka trying to fight his way out. DMT loves this body splash right here, as we're seeing, but we're seeing some challenges this time from the standing one staggers.
Oh, again looking for the pickup, but just whiffing the down back three. Oh! Send Geras to orbit with that down 2.
Oh, reversal fatal blow didn't work out. Gets punished by Zoker with the forward 3. Good awareness as well. Gets that little micro dash before hitting it. Now tying up the rounds 1 apiece. Is a very even set right now between both these players.
Never forget just how good Collector's down 2 is. It's one of the best anti-airs in the game, I think. It's such an amazing button.
I definitely do rate it as one of the better down.
Dude, I jinxed it though, it whiffed.
The sweet spot space is very generous, to be fair.
Yeah. Side switch, here we go.
Very late breakaway, probably trying to get the command grab with a down by 3.
Both characters having corner escape options, to be honest. That 1-1-1. Here comes that 18%. Oh, the raw command grab. Putting out all the stops now.
I love the decision to use it, though. Just to establish a threat. It is a mid-command grab. But he hasn't been using it raw too much. Been taking a lot into it. Speaking of ticks, 4-2 into the command grab right there. And the body splash to take things out. The aerial T-pose of the champions through the ages.
Now, I feel like in this situation, this is where we have to ask that question of who does Zoka actually play? Because in this situation, like, you can, in theory, go Cabal and probably beat the Geras, but then you know that he's going to go back to Shang Tsung and then put you in that really horrible matchup that Cabal players don't like. So do you stay with Collector? Do you change again? This is a really difficult decision because Zoka knows he has to play the long game here. Oh, he's doing it.
It seems like he's going to bet his tournament life right here on his main. But yeah, definitely going to have to be prepared that if he is to win this game, that we are likely going to see a Shang Tsung pick from DMT after that, which doesn't seem favorable for Zoker, but anything can happen. So we go further ahead into this set. DMT looking pretty strong right now, though.
But he's got a lot of confidence here to pick the Cabal, knowing that the Shang Tsung is probably going to come after this, if he can bring us into a game 5. Elimination territory again, loses bracket. Now I do rate Zoka. Every time Zoka has this Cabal out there, I can't doubt it. Cannot bring myself to doubt it. DMT's been playing incredibly well with Geras all day today. There's the down 1 to interrupt.
Oh, a nice down 3. I love that. Really, really good stuff. Because blowing up that body splash in general, pretty tough. But a low poke to do it makes total sense. Gonna cash out some nice damage here. Get the corner.
Ooh! Let's confirm again. Keep the corner positioning. Very important. Just get the knockdown. Now this variation has the straight air saw. I think he wants to have a little bit more options for that sand trap, perhaps.
Right now we can see DMT try and feel out the space. Zoker looking like he's got a nice health lead right now, but that confirmed could potentially hurt a lot. The Sand Simulacrum going down, gets launched by it.
Oh, the read! He made the call out. He really thought there was going to be some kind of tick there, but the detonate allows him to get launched, and then the fatal blow afterwards meant that was all she wrote. Match point, DMT.
Round 2.
He's definitely ready for that confirm as well. Alright, raw command grab in the corner, 15% of your health just eliminated. It's been taxed by Geras.
Oh, the flawless block attempt. Raw throw. And this is Geras. We know what comes next. Oh, the cool out. Jump in. Very unusual that it worked, honestly, but you know what? We're going to end it. Take that damage anyway. Give me that 30%. Wake up roll. Not quite able to chase it down. There's the interrupt we're looking at.
With a throw tech, DMT being wise to the offensive. Zoker right now gets a confirm. Forward 3 into that temporal. Ending it in the 2-4. Straight into the Simulacrum. Plus frames over here. Holding this for days. Keeps himself safe.
So much kit. The confirm. Zoka still in it, you know. This may be match point, and he does the fatal blow just in case. He's going to get big damage, and to be honest, with the damage that's going to be left, he's not going to need the fatal blow for it. Remember, down back 4, that's unbreakable. Any hit into the down back 4 will win, because he has amp for it too.
That's true. The very deep jump kick as well. Zoker not trying to anti-air. Now the throw, but he gets down 2! No! Jimbo! Hit him with that one.
That's it.
Just destroying his jawline. And moving on.
There is... Oh my God, there's no friendships. No friendships today, Falcon. All fatality. Peel him.
Oh yeah, this is a bloodbath. These guys are fighting for the points. I mean, let's look at the past EU West streams that we've had, and we notice a certain couple brothers who are dominating that points leaderboard. So I'm pretty sure everyone else needs to try and really fight tooth and nail whilst they're not here in this top 8 to really make the most out of the situation to acquire as many points as possible.
For sure. And you do need to, because it's going to become a rather savage path down the line. It's still, kind of crazy to think that we're still early days here in pro competition, really. We've got many, many months left of this. And with it all being split up into the regions and stuff like that, you're going to be fighting these players all the time. And if some of the strongest competition's not going to be able to prevent you from getting those points, then make the most of it today. DMT definitely making the most of it with that just Gearus all the way through. And that's just where we're at. I would have, I think, favored the Cabal there, just because it's just, it's Zoka. It's hard to count him out, but being able to pull it through with the Gearus is still really impressive.
I think Zoker has proved that time and time again, he has been a strong player who constantly, displays just how much he knows and how well he knows how to play his character in the matchup. But right there, I mean, I want to say I'm really impressed with his Collector, to be honest. It's not often you get to see Collector in a competitive format, and seeing one that gets played like that is super entertaining to watch. But yeah, he is going to fall. But we're going to see DMT facing Op further in the losers, which is going to be quite the matchup, potentially, if it were to happen. But to do that, Op is going to have to beat Swift Frazier, who has proven that he is a very, very strong Noob Saibot player, considered by yourself to potentially be the best in this side of the world. But before we can get into the further matches, we can talk about Astro, who are the official audio partners of the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro Competition. All the caster audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season. Visit astrogaming.com to find out more information on all their officially licensed PlayStation audio products available now. So go check out that website. These headphones are super sick, and huge shout outs to Astro for making this all possible.
And I think thanks to Final Combat, I've got those bonus covers. So I've got the Mortal Kombat themed ones. Very good, very nice. And we're about to jump into Sweet Frazier versus Orb, which is going to be super neutral heavy. You've got two characters, Cassie and Noob, a matchup that is nowhere near what it once was. If we look at when the game first came out, where Dark Sabbath was pretty much the only variation I think Noob Saibot players were using, because Seeing Double hadn't been buffed at that point. It was a really bad matchup for Noob, actually. Cassie destroyed, but then Seeing Double got buffed and the matchup changed, and now Ultimate's a thing, and it's not even comparable. Now we're talking about Cassie. Orp does play both Sonya and Cassie, and I guess for this is probably going to just be where we're at now. Orp is going to be going in with the Sonya pick, and I haven't seen Orp's Sonya since Ultimate, so let's find out what he's got.
Yeah, this is a very interesting pick. So we know that Op, in his downtime kind of wanted to revert back to the character he originally started Mortal Kombat 11 on, but Sonya's the character that we were seeing him on do a lot of damage during the open series, and quite the king of short hops with this character. Through and through, but Swift Frazier, no slouch himself, only narrowly losing a set to Asadimatsi earlier on in winners.
Oh yeah,
From what I've seen,
absolutely. This is this matchup that we're seeing right now is the sickle snag coming out for Sweet Frazier. I recognize the color scheme. this customization is a sickle snag variation. So down 4 anti-air is going to be very important. At the same time, forward 2 is going to be quite a key button in this matchup, so you just want to have that kind of confirmed potential. And again, she's a female hurtbox, so you're not going to get the optimized damage anyway. Sickle snag is the right launch at the take.
Swift Frazier clearly knowing enough about his character. Another character loyalist and specialist, like we saw to Zoker's Cabal. The Swift Frazier is Noob. Right, we're here up, just applying pressure in the corner, jimmying. Now, I know that Sonya has to really use rings as her footsie tool, really, right? as it just kind of is a dual-purpose move as such, but a nice confirm right here in the 3-3s. Op gonna take the first round on the board for himself.
Round 2.
Really impressive showing so far. Now Frazier does not have access to Breaker right now, so trying to teleport out the corner is going to be a risky business, but there's the anti-air, and this is why Sickle Snag works so well. 30% anti-airs on tap. You hit that down 4, you're going to confirm. Now the 1-1-2 mix. Looking for the down. He actually noticed too, he has the Spirit Ball in this variation, that full screen coverage. It really matters against a character like Sonya. Short hops coming out though, you mentioned it, the king of short hops. Ooh.
That's true. Now the back 1-4 ring, it is duckable, and Frazier knew that. Made the right read, got the punish, forced Op a little bit out of the corner. Right now, both players have the breakaway. Frazier using it, but he's called out straight away. That standing 3 was a bait.
Oh yeah, it was. And the second the breakaway happened, we saw the fatal blow. This is going to do as much damage as it possibly can. And now Orp just needs one good projectile amp. But Frazier, the fatal blow. Ooh, these projectiles are risky business.
Very
low drone drop.
Checks in with the overhead Op, taking the first game for himself. Seemingly quite comfortable on Sonya Blade. You know, I was expecting a little bit more rust, in all honesty. Hasn't really been, you know, too much on Sonya Blade. But
still looking good.
Showing
those fundamentals, man. Those fundamentals, being able to play Sonya for as long as he has. And I mean, let's not forget as well that Sonya, of all characters in Ultimate, she actually wasn't really changed that much in Ultimate. So there's not been a lot of de-rusting needed, I think, if you're learning.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. I mean, it's not really like she got buffed per se with the Ultimate patch with customs. So I think a lot of the times, yeah, it kind of just ended up remaining that a lot of people who did play Sonya ended up just still playing ring cancels, didn't they? They're just still V2.
Yeah. And some Sonya players, they kind of have this mixture of Ringmaster, but with like the jump in, the better jump in that you can take. But the orbital drop, I think, is going to be really important for this matchup. If you expect the slide and you get that drop, the drop will beat the slide a lot more than live. Always have to watch out for trading in this matchup, because if he trades Shadow Slide, he's still going to get towards that KB. Oh,
very
good
good point right there.
Doesn't really matter against Sonya, but, you know, we know that he tried to tech at least.
All right, lets the second one go a little bit later. Catches the overhead, the down 2, maybe for the breakaway right there. It definitely was for it. So Frazier didn't bite.
Yeah, there's a certain combo that Orp goes for, which is kind of best of both worlds. If he does the down 2 at the right time, he can pick up. And if they break, the down 2 just hits anyway. So it's like a kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't kind of situation. He used that many times in the open series. Drone drop.
Oh, tries to get the Punisher on the drone drop. I really respect the attempt right there, but it wasn't enough. Oh, bets it all on teleport. Can't confirm it into a combo, though. Anyone's round.
It's Sickle Snag, not Shadow Portals in this one. Oh, and he all lands it. Frazier. In that one moment, he probably wished he had launching teleport, but the snag, it's going to work. It works out better in this matchup. That's why he takes it.
Just trying to inch his way in, trying to find a hit. This for Frazier, attacking on a lot of damage. As Op, with his back in the corner, Op just using his rings to try and establish something. Nice jump in, though. Forces the break.
1-1-3 whiff, so only the 1-1 comes out. A huge bulk of damage. That down 3. Speaking of, Noob Sidewatch down 3. Not too shabby either, is it? The cancel into the grab. All right, Orp has just brought himself right back into this round. Chip damage of the drop. Always good. Forcing that meter out. Sweet Frazier gets Orp with a second ring. And now the corner pressure belongs to Orp.
And right here, oh, the 1-3-4. All he needed. Op now seems like he's in control of this set, but so Frazier has been doing well. It's just like Op just seems like he's flipping the tempo at really just a flip of the switch.
It's just his ability to do it, being able to play multiple styles at once. It was something that Orp kind of struggled with in the past. I think he was in his early days, and to give him his credit, he has always been one of our younger competitors, especially back in the Injustice 2 days, where Injustice 2 was his entry into competitive Netherrealm. That he kind of had one style, and that was it. And obviously, you know, it happens when you're new. You have to just grind and get experienced in tournament and stuff, and you end up finding your feet with different styles. And after the years and years, Orp has now definitely reached that point where Aftermath, you know, I think Aftermath was the age for him finally finding his footing. Year 1, he was in a big character crisis, settled on Sonya.
Yeah.
Right around Aftermath. And from that point on, Orp, I think he's been a new player. And being able to take it to Sweet Frazier, who has been an absolute animal in the last few months. Like, this is no easy task, beating Sweet Frazier like this. Like, Sweet Frazier is the best noob Cybot in this part of the world, I tell you.
Yeah, Op definitely bringing him, you know, he's giving him the business right now, to be frank. And so Frazier's going to have to fight his way through, because we've seen this guy pull off some really impressive things, and he's displayed an incredible wealth of knowledge and, you know, just knowing what his character is capable of. But right now, Op just seems very comfortable playing against him. You know, he's just playing his game kind of as we've seen Op do in the past.
And in this situation now, we've gone back to that full screen game. Only going to be there for a little bit though, because Orp, you know, it's damage when possible, but he wants to close in that distance. That forward 4, a little bit cheeky, but she does often suffer from not really the best mids in the world. And now the short hop always really wants you to press the low. What a block. What a block from Sweet Frazier, and he interrupts. That's it. That's going to be the first round. Wow, the defense coming out from Sweet Frazier there was really impressive.
Swift duck into a punish as well. You could tell Alp is trying to fish for max damage over there with the Fatal Blow to try and get the round. But Swift Frazier, being one step ahead, knew exactly what his win condition was.
Looking for the 1-1-2 again, piece by piece. Sweet Frazier looking a lot better in this game. That brick wall of defense, however, and you mentioned it earlier, having to use energy rings as part of your footsie game. And that's why. Startup.
Oh, big jump kick, though.
Oh, a bit of a spike there. Hopefully the players didn't experience that. Uh-oh. A little bit going on. We will just assume not and just continue the match anyway. Commentary-wise, do what we do. The cancel comes out.
Spike or no spike, he just did 3-3-3 into the Fatal Blow. The ring cancel Fatal Blow confirm, which is already pretty tight, but it wasn't enough to kill. Oh, he got flipped!
He's hit. Grab the legs. Bam. Sweet Frazier's going to take this game and now bring us to a 2-1. How about that? So in this situation, Sweet Frazier, he's been able to get a win on the board. He's been no stranger to extreme clutch in the past. Let's not count him out. Orc was looking incredible there. The chance of a 3-game comeback. It's looking pretty good so far. At least off the back of that one. Orc, still in the driver's seat, still has the upper hand.
Yeah, he still has the advantage right now, but Swift Frazier, the adjustment about using the Ghost Ball a lot more as well that we were seeing in that game. You know, high damaging special, fast projectile. It is a high, but he's kind of just acknowledging the fact that if Op is trying to play footsies with his energy ring, then he's making that trade factor all the more threatening and saying that, okay, well, I challenge you to use that because I'm going to, you know, threaten you and pepper you with all of these Ghost Balls. And then around that, he's just playing just a spacing game, and he's confirming things pretty well. Op kind of seemed a bit too headstrong about some of his offensive decisions in that last game, but still has the lead right now. And I think that we can expect to see quite a scrap-heavy match from both players in this one. As for Frazier's fighting for his tournament life.
He's not going to want to go out without a fight. We know Sweet Frazier. He's a brawler. To go back to this full screen game again, a matter of time. It's who gets the life lead, but then eventually we get close enough, you know. The Sonya mix, the Noob Cybot buttons, like that, the back 3. Ooh, all right. No amp, though. Keep the Oki. Oh, the forbidden. That 1-1-2, 1-1 slide. Always annoying.
Okay, goes to the 1-3-4. Not going to get much reward out of it, though. Gets thrown for his troubles. So Frazier now with a health lead, but we've seen Op with Fatal Blow in a comeback situation before. Can't count him out until that health has been depleted.
Never count out Sonya's comeback factor, especially now. Watch out for the chip, though, last
right now, dangerous life.
Oh.
Round 2.
That was a turnaround, a hard read there from Orb. Expected some kind of slide, perhaps. Oh, there's the crushing blow, knocked down into setup. I love his.
But this is really good for Orb.
Oh! He walked into it. B. Frazier, he's bringing it back.
Right now,
That's
yeah,
pretty
Orb has a
great.
substantial health lead.
It does, but the Spirit Ball versus Energy Ring, Spirit Ball does 9%. It's a really good trading tool.
It's so much better for Swift Frazier. Trying to find him, catching, pressing a button. Oh, the wave dashes.
Yeah, and Orb respecting so much the Fatal Blow. Getting crushed by the drone drop, death from above again, 2 times.
I like it. He's checking him to try and duck the rings. He's challenging him every single time. And Orb tying things up 1 round apiece. Looking to potentially win this set if he can clutch out this round right here. So Frazier has a bit more work to do if he's going to try and keep himself in the top 8.
And you can already see the respect too. Orb, he blocks that down 4, he don't press no button. That down 4 into Shadow Slide is such a, you want to press, right? You block it down 4, it's your turn, you want this. Does not commit to the overhead. Orb wants to try and stay a little bit safer if he can. Take the damage for now, but we get within down 4 range. Anti-air. Punish. Ooh, could have been a punish. That forward 2-2 string is death on whiff sometimes. More slides. B. Frazier, he's got so much meter though.
Both players using these projectiles to try and control their space. With Frazier tagging even one of those ghost balls can be very scary. Where Sonya played right now, as we only have 950 HP. One more touch is going to kill you. Oh, the jump kick! Too late. If he had gone straight into the Fatal Blow, I'm sure that would have worked, but the stand 3, just because of the height of the jump kick, it was too low. So Frazier managed to break that one and tie it up 2 games apiece catch up. This set is incredible.
That is insane. If he just did the Fatal Blow, it's so weird saying that. If he just did the Fatal Blow off the jump in, it would have armor broke. But here we are, the game 5, and things started to slip away. All it takes is 1 Spirit Ball when you're in that situation. It's like, oh damn, I just took 9% damage. I don't have a lot of health left. And then gets the magical jump in. But the wrong follow-up. We're now even Stevens and 1 game left. And remember everyone, this is elimination. Or Sonya or Cassie.
We were looking, at a potential reverse sweep. But Orb, I'm sure, kind of taking a moment to pick his character, probably already understands what it was and the reasons why he lost that last game. I mean, we can really put it down to the fact that it was just the height of the jump kick and the fact he threw out an extra normal. But ultimately, I think he was generally playing the game pretty well. So Frazier just clutched it out in the end. But we are here in our final game territory, where only one of these guys is going to be advancing on in the top 8 bracket.
Start with some rather impressive chips there from Orb. Ooh, on the down 1 to crush the grab. Oh, the grab. Being able to roll through it. Not quite getting the right timing, but we talk about grabs. Here comes yet another one. 30% in the tank.
Oh, the tick grab. Straight off the low into the overhead. Yes, but Frazier has to break over there if he values his life. But unfortunately, he got opened up by the overhead again. I'd like to see the risky decision-making from Orb, because he's been conditioning him with back 1-4s in the corner this whole time, and so Frazier obviously has been responding accordingly, getting punishes, but now Orb's getting mileage off the overhead.
Oh, that's definitely a whiff Shadow Slide right there. There's the back 3. Importantly, getting a bunch of damage on the board. Minor plus frames, the reversal grab. This has immediately turned the tide, because now it's Noob Cybot in the corner, who is lethal right here. Short hop again, God. Every single one, and he's starting to enforce the low. This is really cheeky now. Orb's going all in. You said it, and you're bang on.
Oh, gets clipped by the low this time. It's the conditioning from the round before, the short hops and the neutral jump off, eliminating Swift Frazier from the European West top 8 bracket. Moves on for himself to get a chance at a game with DMT, I believe.
He was just dedicated to any mix-up he went for there. Because I think he kind of noticed in the last match before that when he did the back 1 or anything that had that kind of mix-up attached to it, he didn't dedicate, he staggered, and it hit almost every time. I think he kind of went into that game thinking, wait, why am I not just putting myself in a back one position, and why am I not like just believing in it? You know, why don't I just believe in this decision? Because if it's a mix and I get it, I get a combo. And every single one came out there for AWP. He's able to take that final game in convincing fashion, believing in the heart of the cards.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, you know, swiftly stopping Fraser from pulling a cheeky magic cylinder on him as he advances in the loser's bracket to face off against DMT shortly after that. But before we can have more matches catch up, is there anything we should be talking about?
Well, as we now go into our next set of matches, let's have a quick brief and talk a little bit about the PS4 tournament, which is what we're here for. It's what the stream is. We're here on NetherRealm channels. I believe we're on PlayStation channels too. And it's all about the real collaboration, I think, between both the Pro Competition and the Open Series. The Open Series is a weekly tournament where there's an invitational every Tuesday playing for money, and then there is a monthly final at the end of the month with more money to play for still. If you want to play in either Pro Comp or Open Series, compete.playstation.com. It's right there on your screen. Click it. And for the PlayStation channels, you should be able to scroll down and there should be a little link that takes you to the competition center for the exact same effect. But that was a long series, Falcon, but a good one. I really
it was.
Now, as you said,
it was
DMT versus AWP should be the matchup.
Yeah, you know, like, it was close. Fraser almost made that reverse sweep happen, but at the end of it, AWP kind of took those few games worth of data and conditioning and different applications of his offense and really just let everything loose in the final round to secure himself the win in that. But DMT, we saw really, really strong performance earlier on, eliminating Zoker from the top 8. Who was also, you know, an incredibly strong player that we were kind of maybe expecting to see go a bit further, but ultimately he got shut down in his tracks.
Now, the battle of the Italians, the best players in Italy, consistently going head-to-head, and it's going to be Cetrion and Scorpion. No surprise there. But, I mean, they know each other's game plan inside and out. Like, there's really not much else we can say about this matchup other than two training partners, countrymen, and players with a great mutual respect. May the best man win.
Yeah, I think you just nailed it on the head right there. But this is, now as far as character matchups go, I'm sure these guys play often enough, but as far as character matchups go, I do know that this is quite one that Cetrion players don't like, is dealing with Scorpion.
Chronica can restore.
I remember seeing in an Open Series tournament, Asadamasa versus Mirko in Ultimate, and Asadamasa had a variation with the kind of the element that has the rocks around to shut down teleport. It almost worked.
Ah, the conflicts, yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting idea because you know in Ultimate you can choose which one you want.
Yeah. Right there, challenged immediately on that deep jump teleport.
Now, Mirko is absolutely in this. I think he's in a good position where he's comfortable against Cetrion. But I think Cetrion probably got better at fighting Scorpion Ultimate because she has more tools now to brawl with him. Not just kind of spring cleaning. It's going to be everything else. Burning Spear coming out again from Mirko.
Oh, the down two, disrespecting that 2-1.
Is it much damage?
Says you don't
buff as well?
Yep, 16% of that gorgeous damage with the flame buff on that spear drops the final hit of the string, but not going to matter. The down 4 poke to the toe is going to close out the round for himself as Yuzu Mirko moves on up in the first round.
Round 2, fight.
Okay, good start here. The Burning Spear again, in absolute fullest of full screen. He's looking at the spear on top. And this buff active for so long. The 2-1, I confirm the stagger is real. Asadamasa taking so much damage piece by piece.
Oh, that was really cheeky.
Oh my god. Oh, that was a 19% down 2. Oh!
No, that was a hold south on hit into 420 damage and counting. We are here. Burning down. Still has that flame buff active.
That down 2 crushing blow did so much damage. And that grab's going to do more too. Give us that 16%. Being able to make your regular grab do this much extra damage in a meta where the grabs are naturally weaker, damage-wise anyway. It's really important, and Mirko kind of breezing through that first game, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it seemed like he was really confident playing that. He didn't really seem to, be threatened by it. I don't really think you would need to be threatened by anything much if you have Helport Cancel, but he seems confident playing against Asadamatsi's style of play. And, I think this really goes back to the player matchup. I think these guys must play a lot against each other. But naturally speaking, I think generally, like, as far as on paper goes, I think Mirko kind of has the advantage. Because Aso, he's a reactionary player, and Aso's hesitant to throw out anything. But we don't really see him on anyone other than the Cetrion. So he's kind of playing a different play style, but with the same character, and doesn't have the damage to cash out for it.
And the same variation, you can always expect Asadamasa to stick to his guns here. There's really no reason you would ever change your way. So us talking about changing characters and everything else, that's not going to happen with these two. Not until whoever wins this match gets that guaranteed ticket into winner's side grand finals. One hell of a comfort zone with the talent that we've got in the losers bracket, that's for sure. But Mirko, being able to always just be unpredictable here against Cetrion, and Asadamasa knowing that he's going to have to fight up close. You need to against Scorpion. Escape failed, and a buffed grab. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now it just comes the matter of, do you even want to spend the KB until the final round because you get buffed grabs on the forward throw. Oh, the whiff punish on the back too. Really good stuff from Aso. Patiently biding his time, waiting for a teleport.
I was kind of expecting him to teleport that, to be honest.
Me too. Mirko letting a couple things slip through his fingers, but not the end of the world right now. Aso getting a max range punish on that forward too. Good awareness. An immediate challenge.
The wins.
Round 2, fight!
Alright, blocks the spear, gets the punish with the earthquake right here. Now, Aso, he doesn't need to commit to anything, he just needs to let Mirko try and approach him. But Mirko rocking with the spear buff at the moment, trying to apply a lot of pressure, no commitment on the back one.
Oh, and there's that confirm into the vines once more. Looking for the wake-up roll. There's that side switch now. Mirko trying to fight back. Any opportunity he gets to activate spear buff, you know he's going to do it. Huge part of this design.
He definitely is, and he's definitely going to try and catch you slipping as well. When he did the forward 4 into it earlier, I think he's going to try and make you hesitate. Trying.
He got cheated down too because of it.
Oh. Checking with back threes again. Crossover, waits a bit.
Oh, never mind. I totally forgot. Oh.
Alright, plus frames into the auto shimmy, and Aso with the neutral jump 3, that was definitely, I don't think that was a missed input on the up 3. I think he was intending to neutral jump and 3 him over there to stop him at the crossover. Now Asadamasa takes the game for himself, tying things up at 1 apiece.
It's one of those classic situations that we're seeing a lot more now where players, they do wake up neutral jump, but if they have an air special that covers the ground, we see it with Jackie Grenade Launcher, we see it here with Wake Up Cetrion, it's just the wake up jump into the Hell's Wrath. Definitely not an execution error, I think. That was him wanting to do the neutral jump into projectile, just to cover all that space, clearly paid off and didn't even need to use the Hell's Wrath on the end of it. And it's going to be 1 game each.
Cetrion.
As we have the clash of the Italian players over here in winners finals. And yeah, like you mentioned earlier, and anyone who obviously is already aware of how tournament formats work, the winner of this is going to be making it into grand finals on the winner's side, and the loser is going to be dropping into the losers finals to face off against the winner of DMT and OP. But really, this has been quite even. I think Aso got bullied in the first game, but I also think he completely debilitated Mirko's movement in the second game. So they're making micro adaptations towards each other, and this is really going to come down to who can do it first. But that was an excellent back one, acknowledging he was airborne into the teleport.
There's the 1-1. There, the 1-1 coming in hot. Spear buff really adds so much damage to these combos, doesn't it? Gets another one. And just like that, Mirko being able to just melt away so much of Acid Master's life just like that. I think I blinked and missed it, to be honest.
And punished on the Earthquake. Not allowed to get away with that one. Mirko reacting and taking the round for himself.
Round 2, fight.
Ooh, looking for the full screen, but there's that reversal ground pound again. Kind of trading chip for chip in that respect. Oh, that dashing grab did not do it.
Alright. His flame buff just ran out. Oh, no, it didn't. It still applied the damage, 16. Right there for the forward throw.
It's a rare occasion to have the Scorpion. Quite a few of these buffs in the game, when you get hit, they disappear, but the spear buff definitely doesn't. It's there for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. And it presents a very interesting game, given the fact he has 2 crushing blow throws. About, you know, guessing which direction he's going to throw you with flame buff, because obviously it's only forward throw that does more damage, as it uses the kunai. Alright, he's using the plus frames. Aso taking the throw, not letting it happen. And this time with the back throw, we just mentioned it earlier. Oh, that was a flawless block! He's gonna punish dearly for it. The down one on hit, challenging Aso's plus frames right there, saying that you weren't gonna do anything to me. And all he needed was a natural barrier to tie the rounds up. This is as even a set as I think we could have expected, to be honest, Ketchup.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, they're training partners, right? They've played each other so many times. But that spear buff is a scary game to play, because when you use Burning Spear, ooh, if you use Burning Spear and go for nothing but like side switching grabs, you're pretty much guaranteed to get an escape failed, aren't you?
Near enough. That or you just keep people ducking, and that's where the 1-1 becomes so much more of a threat.
But now Mirko doing a ton of damage at the start of this round, and I say start, we really only have started this one. And already Acid Master pretty much down to his critical life. About 30% left.
Just sitting on the cusp of Fatal Blow right now. One more hit is going to do it, but that was a perfect OS right there. Into the spear, he's going to spend as much damage as he can, keeps him standing. Aso didn't want to spend the up 2 on the flawless block and eats the 1-1-2, putting Mirko up with a 1-game advantage at 2-1.
And that's going to be a really, really good position now for Mirko. 1 game away, and he has the ultimate comfort zone in Grand Finals. And I just like how he's handling this matchup. He's being as point blank as often as he can with the Burning Spear. Really good for him that he started to use this more. I think the last time we saw Mirko, he was really kind of pioneering the Flame Breath, which was interesting. You know, it kind of made his down 1 game a bit scarier, because Mirko's already very down 1 happy, and now he's got this Flame Breath on top where he'll just do it, and it's on hit, it sets up a mix-up situation or whatever. It was all good, but it's really unsafe, you know? And
yeah.
Spear buff, it's just more apparent, isn't it? Well, to be honest, I'm kind of surprised we don't see more Scorpion players use it. I remember seeing a lot of Scorpion players since Ultimate still using Reborn, and it's like you don't even use the air grab once, but if you have Burning Spear, you can use it like multiple times a round.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people just didn't really know what to take, so they ended up just playing Reborn because they weren't sure like what was worth it with Helper Cancel. A lot of people want to run Helper Cancel. Personally, I think Syrian Rage is still pretty good. I think the extended strings also have a lot of utility, but over here, you know, Mirko using that flame buff to his advantage and using it with a Helper Cancel, having that maneuverability around in the neutral, and just the option, you know, playing this archetype, this character Scorpion, presents you with so much freedom of movement. Commits with that standing for trying to get the punish. Punished for his own troubles, has no breakaway to use on this combo as Aso is spending all of his meter for 39%.
Ooh, trying to punish the wake-up roll, it looks like, and there, not expecting him to pull the trigger on the amplified teleport there, I think, as the matter. And just like that, Mirko has brought himself right back into it. Jump in. Ooh, delay. Some kind of down 2 maybe, or something. The standoff.
You know, Mirko doesn't need to overcommit to anything. He doesn't need to take any risks. He just needs to wait for Aso at this point.
A little bit left. Just a little bit. The Fatal Blow is ready. If Mirko gets clipped by anything, you know Aso has the Fatal Blow in mind. And what?
Oh my goodness. Throw punish, might I add. And the down 4 check. Oh, we're very anticlimactic way to end the round, but ultimately gets the job done as Mirko now is on set point, looking to move into Grand Finals winners.
This is a really tense situation for Mirko. There's that Hell's Wrath, but again, it's the matter of damage. One
Really, yeah.
good B and B, we're almost there. The side switch, okay, good stuff. There's that flawless block.
Blowing his way up through that gap. Mirko now playing a bit of a runaway game. Eats the Earthquake for that spear. Oh, gets the KB though. Give him the heal. This forces the breakaway.
And I think in this position, oh, there's a grab to start things off. Spear buff always activated. Just to make things a little bit more tricky, I think. Oh, the reaction. Falcon, the reaction was so insane. And he's gonna do it.
Yep. That was all he needed. A quick reaction to the natural barrier is all that was needed. Asadamate really kind of stole his own disaster by letting that one rip and making the wrong read as Mirko moves on into Grand Finals winner side over here in Europe West. With a really good performance. Yeah. Really solid Scorpion performance and, you know, definitely looking to be the guy to beat in this top 8 bracket so far for this evening.
It's really nice to see, because I haven't seen Mirko actually play in quite a while. I know he has been grinding, but he's not been that regular in things like Open Series and stuff like that, which is kind of, you know, if you're EU, it's, I think, the only way really for you to get this kind of regular access to this level of competition, I think, if you're Europe, because Open Series, with it being, and this isn't an ad, by the way, it generally is, you know, every single week you've got access to these tournaments, and Mirko was there almost every single week. He's been a monthly champion in the past. He's been very, very dominant in those. But since about Ultimate or so, we haven't really seen him too much. We've seen him more in the Pro Comp than we have in the Open Series.
Yeah.
And it's great to see him have that comfort zone of a winner's side grand final. So Asadamasa sitting in the losers finals. Now we'll find out between DMT and AWP who is going to join him there.
Yeah, as we're now approaching the further points in this top 8 over here, AWP had a very strong performance against SwiftFrazier. SwiftFrazier almost made that set, you know, the reverse sweep happen, but AWP clutched it out in the end. And DMT had a little bit of a back and forth with Zoker early on, but then kind of steamrolled him towards the end. So this is going to be, once again, another bout of very aggressive players, I think, where DMT loves his Garrus body splashes. He loves to use those, you know, the excessive uses of down one. And AWP, on the other hand, is kind of just there. Kind of like, it's hard to say if he's going to play Cassie, if he's going to play Sonya. But ultimately, I think if DMT presents Shang, it could pose a bit of a problem.
And it's tricky to think about what character we see from DMT, because just because of something on paper, DMT often doesn't go with it, at least what we've seen so far. So I kind of feel like it's a bit of a question mark for me. I'm just going to sit and wait, because it's not going to be long until we actually jump into the match anyway. This is the official top 4. Everyone here has reached that point of the tournament now. And we are playing for whoever's going to join Asadamasa in the losers finals. So you're fighting for that top 3. Top 3 sounds better than top 4, doesn't it, in Pro Comp?
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely worth more in terms of the all-important points that you're going to need for the regional finals. But DMT, as expected, locking in the Shang Tsung, probably has been watching the stream and watched AWP play in those previous sets, and knows pretty much has become, you know, a little bit familiarized with how they play Cassie, how they play Sonya. But I can't really imagine this being too fun for Cassie, this kind of a matchup. Do you have much knowledge in regards to this?
When it comes to Ground Eruption Shang, I don't recall it being a particularly fun matchup for Cassie or Sonya. They have similar weaknesses in that respect. Corpse Drop tends to be a big one. However, we can't forget that Ultimate, Corpse Drop does not do as much damage as it used to. So I do wonder if that's going to have any bearing here on the matchup, because that was the most annoying tool of all characters, you know, for this matchup in particular, was Corpse Drop.
I wonder how applicable as well Shake could really be in certain situations, as Cassie does have some gun normals, and, you know, I'd be interested to see if maybe DMT knows about blowing some of these gaps up, or maybe some potential things with Shake, as we see it right there to blow up that straight shot in the neutral.
Immediately, wasting no time to go through it. But now full combo for AWP. He tries to get some decent damage, keep it nice and consistent here, and break away, shut down any option of damage really, or as much as he can. Oh, that's another catch, but not confirming into kneecap, and AWP had it there. Oh,
and the flawless block OS. And the reversal fatal blow, that was really smart because of the pushback. knew that he would just build about enough space to get away with the armor, to use it as an armored reversal.
And that's the round as well, because of the 950 health nature of Cassie.
Fight.
A very, very tricky end to that round, to be honest. Kind of sneaky there from DMT.
Yeah, it definitely was, but the smoke bomb, oh, misses the confirm, and then down 2! Max height gets a nice little pickup. Cheeky 20%.
There's that preemptive smoke shake, really trying to feel like he's getting into the flow of it, perhaps. Gets the button press, the respect. Oh, but here comes the kneecapping. All right, I see you up. Goes in for the grab. Oh, whoa, there's that back 3, but no combo. Maybe messes up a flawless block there, perhaps.
Oh, a nice shoulder challenge as well on the eruption. Not letting that happen.
Oh, he almost gets it.
Oh, catches the overhead.
That's the confirm. Looking for it, and he finds it.
And that was a meaty overhead if I've ever seen one as well. That 4-4 whiffed, but that next hit came in and smacked him straight on the cranium, confirming into the fatal blow. So now we're at 1 round apiece. Quite a bit of a back and forth game 1.
Oh yeah, I think being able to give yourself that flying kick as Cassie as well has got to be a pretty important tool in Ultimate. You can see just the extra ability to confirm things, a bit trickier. Whoa, back 3 and wake up, alright, fair enough.
Very interesting decision making, but the back 1 right there into the kneecapping. Ends in that glow kick in case of a potential break, but the anti-air with the kneecapping into a down 2 KB! Oh, down 2 again. Catching out so much damage just for those couple hits. But Shimmy spends the break.
Now, that round, that final round there, I gotta say, it was a little bit like DMT just not... Oh, I forgot that even has a brutal. Disgusting. Absolutely gross.
Brutality.
By far one of the coolest brutals in the whole game.
That channel's real butcher Leatherface, doesn't it?
But it kind of reminds me of the brawler Cassie brutal she had in the beginning, like in MKX, where she used to beat the head in with the
Taken to the next level.
Yeah, this one's just that, but extra. But Op looked really strong in that first game. I want to commend both players. They seem to be playing quite a solid defense for the most part, honestly. But there were a couple instances where DMT got shimmied, and just got clipped by things like the stray hits from back 1s and all that. And Op was ready to confirm them with kneecapping.
Cassie Cage.
Now, I feel like his aggression was super on point. The big thing is that DMT, the defense in that final round just was almost non-existent, it seemed like. The down 2 KB, whilst it worked and did damage, it still made me a bit worried that he just wasn't blocking, and the second Orp got point blank, it was over, because he just panicked almost. It seemed like he was very panicky. But either way, we'll see if that changes around here. When the pressure's on, you do start to crack a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, using the kneecapping to get underneath the skull, and not letting that slide. Oh, that was brilliant. Clean, crispy, 34% right there. Gets punished on the kneecapping. But no bar spent from DMT with the wake-up shake to blow up the gunshot.
Jumps right into the ground eruption. Gets it high enough that he knows he can get a jump 2 for his trouble. The delay, the grab game has become quite real here. I think DMT's been quite uncomfortable with it. Within the shadow kick, not quite though. Anti-air down 1. I haven't get anything off it. Dashing grab. Right. We are starting to reach the extra layers here, aren't we?
Yeah, we definitely are. Both players becoming very, familiar with each other's offense. Decision making. Nothing from the eruption, nothing from the kneecapping. Uses the glow kick to try and close some space, but the 1-1 is going to close out the round for DMT.
Round 2. Fight.
I like the staggers, but again, that down 4, really important down 4 for Shang. Jump kicks can unfortunately whiff. Challenging the plus frames, actually. Managing to find a way through.
Yeah, but a lot of defense now from DMT. Oh, has some Oki to work with. The back 1 into the gunshot's not going to work out. But the 4-4 whiff punish. Caught him slipping.
There's the jump 3, though. Shang Tsung, one of the best jump-ins in the game, never forget. Ooh. bit of bonus damage.
Oh,
Grab too early.
Just a little bit, but the fuzzy duck against the throw right there, gonna cash out as much damage as possible. Is it? I mean, that doesn't scale very much, but I don't know if it's gonna kill.
But he did like no hits on them.
Oh my goodness. Well, 55% near enough. It's gonna kill. You were right.
It didn't, barely any hits went into it. And I'm like, hang on a minute, what?
I was wondering if it was a bit like a... Yeah, I was wondering if it was a little bit like a Jackie scenario, or maybe like the rapid gunshots would scale a lot, but nah, that doesn't seem to be the case. You now have a hit confirmed right here from DMT.
Yeah, messes up the combo ender there and gets punished for it. Bad start. Thankfully, the knee captain's able to go underneath.
Oh,
shake.
There was potential right there. Didn't get maximized. Goes into the nut punch. Doesn't want to launch it. Give him the opportunity to break away. That was a really nice little micro dash throw over that kind of the range.
Uh-oh. A little bit of that free damage. The important thing is that the breakaway's been gone with punishes, though. The smoke shake. The Shank fatal blow is ready. Yeah, on block. I think that fatal blow in the last game is still with Orp right now. And that's a confirm.
Yeah.
One game apiece.
That it is. A very clean confirmed right there. Using that back 3 string to its full advantage as DMT as he ties things up.
Finish her.
Now, in this situation, it's really good that I think DMT was able to bring that one back, because there were so many clutch moments for Orp. That final game, he would have been feeling so much momentum.
Yeah. Like, DMT has been playing very solid. His defense seemed very, very good in that last game. I mean, it was already good in the first game, but, you know, the last round seemed a bit rough for him. We do see him getting shimmied a couple times, but for the most part, his general defensive game plan, it's proving quite hard for Op to try and, you know, actually get anything major. It seems like he's able to force the breakaway, but he's not able to really make, you know, the damage happen.
Well, on that note, I think Orp, I still feel like no matter how that went, Orp seemed like the one that was more comfortable. So I'm kind of curious about the rest of these games. Being able to find that confirm off the back 3, you know, a really good option there for DMT. And now the full screen flow begins, and any damage here, bonus damage. You know, take it for what you can.
Yeah, it definitely is. DMT has a nice health lead to work on. And that shake blowing up the kneecap and making it very hard for Cassie to do anything in this.
And it's been a really good round so far. DMT Orp hasn't really been able to close in any distance whatsoever.
Oh my!
Lovely, lovely scoop.
Brilliant down 2, blowing up the interactable. That was so fast as well. And the 1-1-2, not enough. As we're in last breath territory, that far eruption is going to be enough. As DMT now takes the lead in this set.
This full screen flow has been very comfortable, and having the smoke shakes just makes things even worse. Lovely neutral jump though, and the break again, no armor. For you, 34%. Punish. The lead captain. No meter to amplify, so minimal damage. The Shang Tsung is a character of many things, but with this variation, he's not a damaging one.
Oh, a lot of aggression with these shoulders. Gets punished. He's definitely looking for the opening hit. DMT has the fatal blow to work with. He's trying to catch Op, messing up, but the down 2 wasn't punished properly.
Oh, and he rolls into the straight skull. We are on the
Now, I wonder if he... Oh, the shoulder just caught him before the projectile. Potential situation, but no whip punish.
Oh, he had the right idea, but just didn't have the right button. I don't know what happened there.
He had the spacing perfect, but he just didn't believe in that. Oh, I'm so surprised we didn't just see a 1-1-1 come out straight away. But DMT now taking the lead in this set with the game, you know, with the point, as he's now up 2-1.
That was, I mean, and let's not mention, I think that was a wake up 3 into back 4, I think that was. He did sweep. He whiffed up 3 and did sweep. That is an unusual decision. that might be kind of aiding as to why AWP got overwhelmed by it. The big mistake there was AWP not worth punishing it. But I don't think anyone was ready for up 3 into sweep.
Do you think it could have potentially been too low profile to forward 4?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. But what we do know is that AWP has gone to Sonya.
I'm going to stick it out with the character that I guess he's most known for at this point. You know, the very explosive, high-octane Sonya gameplay. And really betting his tournament life on this performance right here. Now, obviously, you know, we know that this matchup, it's not really any easier for you as a Sonya player comparatively to if you were playing Cassie, but definitely the comfort pick, it seems, for all.
Going straight back into what could be the final match here between AWP and DMT. DMT's had a really good start so far. And that corpse drop is going to have quite a factor here, I think. Oh, the drone drop. Able to get the knockdown at the very least. Lets him go in. Counter poke. A little bit of spiking here again. Fingers crossed the players aren't experiencing that. Hopefully it's a spectator side.
Hopefully. Let's just see if he jump in. Oh, gets killed by the final hit. Oh, I thought he was ducking. In that whole spike, I was like, he's definitely not holding block and just holding down. And then the throw connects.
Round 2.
Well, either way, that's going to be a match point here for DMT. Uh-oh. Okay. Threading the needle.
Op's gonna have to really crank up the heat right now. Gets the takedown on that low. The down 2 disrespecting any offense with the advantage.
Knockdown again near the corner. Overcommit.
Oh, this is a bad place.
Full combo for AWP and the breaker was used. Empty jump. Oh no, that's it. That is it.
Yeah.
That's going to be all she wrote with DMT taking the win, and now that's going to be Shang Tsung or others. You know, we don't know. Versus Acid and Matza in the losers finals. Yeah. Or a respectable top 4 finish. Not a bad way to come back from a break, if you ask me. And I'd love to see
definitely
from here.
I mean, coming back from a hiatus and then, you know, making 4th in your region's IKK is an exceptional placing, and you should definitely take that win. Obviously, he is the kind of player that likes to go back into his, you know, hyperbolic time chamber to really practice and really put in the effort and time. And I'm sure we'll be seeing his face returning again in these brackets soon to come in the future. But DMT is the winner of that set, and we'll be playing against Asadamati in the losers finals, as you mentioned before, Ketchup. Now, that matchup is going to be interesting because Shang and Garrus that we've seen DMT play so far versus Cetrion, they're not matchups I'm too familiar with. As far as I'm aware, the Garrus Cetrion one seems to be quite a discussed matchup because Simulacrum provides you so much utility in that matchup. But personally, I have not got the most, you know, observant experience when it comes to these characters fighting.
Yes, it's not one that you see every day. And as you might expect, if you've seen any of these streams by now, we are going to go for a quick break to set up the losers finals and the final stages of the tournament, believe it or not. But before we do, let me remind you that if you want to get involved and if you want to support the pro competition, you can buy the official merch that can be found at amazon.com/Mortal Kombat. All of these different designs, and this is just merely a tease of the designs available on the website. There's plenty more where that came from, with other characters and other designs, and being able to mix and match, whether it's Liga Latina, North America, Intercontinental. If it's your region, support it and support the pro competition. We'd love to see it. Yeah. Either way, we're going to go for a quick break, and when we come back, the rest of the tournament will conclude. So, see you in a bit.
No jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the 4th dimension, trap P is high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators, get it back up and see you later. I like me for me, I'm
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app. Filter by type and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation. Who are you?
I'm your worst nightmare.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.
Welcome back, everyone. You are watching the Pro Competition, where we are closing out the tournament recently for Intercontinental. And we have 2 more sets left to go, Falcon. It's going to be Asa de Massa versus DMT. And then after that, whoever wins fights Mirko in the grand finals.
Yeah, now these last matches that we have in our hands are going to be nothing short of real slobber knockers, because the losers of finals is going to determine whether Asodematsu actually manages to make the run back against Mirko, or if DMT is going to be the usurper and try and fight his way through to the grand finals to get a potential... I mean, this is a run back against Mirko either way, as he put both these guys into losers. So these guys are fighting for the run back.
Oh, yeah. And they're after it. They're hungry for it. Sounds like we're in the character select right now anyway. So as soon as we're able to go in there, we will. And we'll check out the matchup. We have been asking the question, though. Who does DMT play? Shang Tsung again. Okay. There will be Shang versus Cetrion. Now, be prepared for a long-range matchup here. Very much so. Because this is just how it plays. Especially with the ground eruption being used as well. Like, you're going to have a matchup I think Cetrion might be a little bit better in these days. And we have to remember, too, that Asa de Massa... he is really good at fighting on Kratos in this matchup. And on Kratos is the world's best Shang Tsung. So that's quite the advantage to go into this set with, I think.
Yeah, definitely, you know, but I also think there is something to consider, and that is, you know, just the way that DMT specifically plays Shang. I think that there is also that to consider, as Asodematsu is definitely quite the player you're able to study, as there's a lot of footage of him out there, but the same can't be said about DMT.
That immediate pushback, but there's really not much to say about this matchup other than they both have good ranged options. It's a slow-paced matchup. It really is. A lot of baits from full screen, kind of like that, where you go for the boulder throw, you expect the shake, so you throw it up top to bait it out.
Yeah, and down 1 check right there, trying to keep himself safe over here with DMT. Flawless block on the natural barrier, tries to counter poke with the eruption, but doesn't get much out of it. Corpse drop trading favorably against the earthquake.
Oh, definitely some kind of interruption attempt that came out there. There's the standing one, but nothing. Oh, Asa de Massa must have been so convinced that was going to punish.
He must have. He spent the breakaway as well. Risky stuff, and closed out the round with the corpse drop. DMT taking the first round on the board for himself.
Yeah, that's a great start. Ooh. We go in for a little bit more. The corner pressure. This is where the matchup does change a little bit because Shang Tsung's jump 3, it is so insanely good. And with the way things are going, actually, DMT could totally take this round.
He definitely could if he's applying as much pressure as he is right now. He just seems to kind of just be, you know, 1 step ahead of us. So at the moment. But speaking of 1 step ahead, the preemptive teleport, blowing up the corpse drop attempt, catching out in the KB, the late breakaway to try and get a wake-up punish, but didn't quite work out for him.
Oh, whiff punish to the corpse. Corpse? Ground eruption. That's not even close to the same move. Sorry, late at night here in the UK. But as he pushes forward now, we see a little bit more of that. The wind's coming out, allowing Cetrion to brawl so much more than she could before ultimate.
Oh, the forward dash trying to challenge through the eruption. Didn't quite find the hit though. You can see a back throw. Okay, right
Ooh.
here. I don't know.
The back 2 from full screen. I can only assume that was meant to be a different input.
Final round.
I don't know using it from that range. I know it has a projectile on it, but if you're doing it from range, it's probably not the option you'd go for. But now, 1 round apiece. Oh, Kratos. Oh, Kratos, what am I talking about? Sorry, I can't talk tonight, apparently. I'm so used to seeing Asa de Massa versus Shang Tsung, and that's just the matchup that we see for months on end. DMT! I was right all along. Taking a bunch of damage here. And here comes that 20%, at least.
Aso is chipping him down, using the natural barrier to stop him from doing anything poke into barrier. And the spacing on the standing one, the up 3, not even going to matter. Closes things out. Asodematsu as he turned that completely around on his head like an egg timer.
Yeah, there's a nice little turnaround there for Asa de Massa. Because it's just, sometimes you have to find that flow, right? You just need to get into the rhythm of whoever It is, because like I said, I even mixed myself up. This is a matchup that Asadamasa has run with Arn Kratos so many times. But right now, you can have the matchup knowledge, but you're still fighting an entirely different player that might have different habits, different tendencies. And that is where that kind of immediate adaptation needs to come in from Asadamasa, and clearly has done in game 1, so that you're comfortable and prepared for this new kind of opponent,
Yeah, definitely. But DMT is really the underdog in this fight, because we've been seeing Asadamasa, just like the grand finalist Mirko. Both these guys have won an Open Series monthly finals. They've proven in the online environment that they are capable of, destroying the competition and raising up to that first place. But DMT is, as I said before, he's really the usurper of this title right here. He's trying to go and basically just be that guy, the dark horse in this tournament, to just come out of nowhere and deal some serious damage. He's been taking out some notable players on the way.
Oh, he's had one hell of a showing today, that's for sure. I'll say that again. This ranged game. This one move is where things got a bit different, I think, for this matchup. By the way, we're punished, but no dedication for Asadamasa. Bit unusual, maybe a bit of a dropped input, perhaps. But that earthquake from full screen, that is what really shuts down the range. There used to be a range battle here with corpse drop just like that. But if you do earthquake and he does corpse, the corpse doesn't come out in time. So there is more mind games that existed before. He's going to whip the grab, pushing forward again. No flawless block here. Oh, but just back to back, that's going to be at least 20%. And that's into the grab. A bit too far away.
Well, that fire eruption not working out as we're seeing DMT having to chase down Aso. The empty jump eruption not going to work against the Hell's Rat. That close one beaming him straight through the head. And Asadamasa right now looking pretty strong, comfortable even.
Now these trades are going to favor Asadamasa absolutely with the current situation. Especially that, the wins, keep them standing. Wow, pressing standing 3 out of that. Now the regular wins, they're not really plus, so you can challenge.
Oh,
3 is not what you're used to. Big boulder from downtown.
Clean 32%. That's a whole Fatal Blow's worth of damage right there, just for jumping. And now Asadamasa is just in chip territory.
Good jump. Needs a lot more than that. Oh, I mean, come on. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You have to make the perfect call on the projectile and then act accordingly at just the right time just to get close. And then you've got buttons, pokes, all of it as a risk, which will let Asadamasa take 2 games straight here, Falcon, and he's getting into his element. No pun intended, because he's playing Setron, but he's looking well comfortable.
Definitely. And, DMT seems like, in the beginning, he seemed comfortable, but right now, Asadamasa seems to be the one that's just completely controlling the neutral, finding a lot of these stray hits with these specials, and it's the little things like the constant natural barriers connecting the Hell's Rats, the little things like the seeing the eruption whiff. But we haven't seen Raiden at all picked from DMT tonight. This is an interesting pick, as now he's really kind of betting his tournament life on this one character. But I highly doubt we could see Asadamasa switch from Cetrion, so it could just be the pick to settle the set potentially. But Aso on set point to make it into grand finals if you can win this game.
And I think as well, you're picking Raiden against a character that has absolute keep away potential. You're gonna play Thunder Raid. It's just a common thing in the Raiden players, and we get the max distance charge already. You don't actually see that crushing blow all that often in tournaments.
You definitely do not.
Wrong. Oh. Now there's a lot of respect that's going to need to be shown here. Asadamasa, you're fighting a Raiden who has the teleport's there. You know it's going to be used. You know why it's been used against you. Good damage.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope that gets clipped.
Electric fly. Raiden had the best view in the house for that. Point blank.
Oh, he was so ready for it.
He had his arms out so he could catch it. Oh, watch out. Oh, that's it. And he doesn't even need the fatal blow. The winds will do it. And he's keeping the fatal blow going into the next round, of which Asadamasa is on a match point right now.
That he is, but the throws coming through after flickering him with those teleports, making him a bit hesitant. Oh, but the electric fly punish again on that second earthquake. He's gonna have to cancel if he wants to stop that from happening.
But it's just getting real good here for Asadamasa, where he gets comfortable. The aggressive Cetrion buttons for days. There's the teleport though. Storm Cell coming out. And this time we want to just cash out on the damage, get as much as we can here. Oh, the punish. Hell's Wrath. Such an amazing projectile. The diagonal.
Oh, that was an excellent trick out right there. Oh, the duck! It was way too pretty. Spends the fatal blow, though, a bit too late on that one, pulling the trigger after the opponent was already out the line of sight. DMT getting full advantage with the wake-up punish, and keeps himself alive in this tournament just for now.
Ooh. Again, I don't think was fully expecting that to combo. That's a big punish, though, because here comes again that minimum. Wait, it's the corner combo, so we're going to get even a little bit more. 25%, end it in the winds, just for good measure. DMT's in big trouble. Wake-up attack will be bang on the money. I think that's what that whole two-string was, actually, looking for it. And another stun. That's going to be half of what's left. DMT's in big trouble now.
Oh, he tried to bait the flawless block.
Wait, what? That was a very, very confusing ending, but what matters is that Asadamasa does get the win. Now, he will friendship. Asadamasa doesn't often fatality. He is a friendship man, and he will now be grand finals to get the run back against Mirko, who comfortably defeated him in winners finals.
Yeah, and a really impressive showing as well from DMT, who's shown that he's capable of playing Shang, Garrus, and Raiden all at very competent high levels. But ultimately, Asadamasa holding it down, showing why he is such an oppressive defensive machine. Once again, seeing him in a grand finals position, but this time to face off against his fellow national player, Yuzu Mirko, who's sitting in winner's side, exceptionally high octane, very fast paced, and very reads based and reactions based Scorpion.
But it's a matchup that Mirko is very, very comfortable in. As we saw, not only in the winners finals today, but pretty much every time Asadamasa and Mirko fight in general. And they are so insanely familiar with each other. This is still early days of Intercontinental, so we are in a position where everyone's still trying to get that kind of early injection of points. Absolutely to note that we don't have Raichu, TQ, or Video Game Show in this top 8, who have been the two absolute most dominant players. They're not in this bracket. You take every opportunity you can to get the highest amount of points possible. Because like I said, we are early days, and there's plenty of months left of Intercontinental, Liga Latina, North American League. It's all got plenty of months left to go, 4 points, and now is a good time to do it. So before we start our grand finals, I do want to give a moment to shout out Astro. Now, we do want to thank Astro Gaming. They are, of course, the official audio partner of the MK11 Pro competition. All of our audio is powered by Astro for the entirety of the season, which we very much appreciate. If you want to get involved and you want to check them out, you can go to astrogaming.com, find out all the information on their officially licensed PlayStation audio products, all of which are available right now. So go to astrogaming.com, check out some good hardware. Now it's time for our grand finals, Falcon. It's going to be the two best Mortal Kombat players in Italy, by far.
Yeah, definitely. These guys have, online, offline, I think at this point, these guys have just been familiar names that we've been seeing over the course of time. We've been seeing them in previous titles too. And they are, probably just, like you said, the best players in Italy, but also some of the best players in Europe. Now, over here in the grand finals of Europe West, we're going to see the winner's side, Mirko, is only going to have to win the one set against Asadamasa. He's going to have to win the two as he's from losers.
Just the nature. Mirko's reward for being the most dominant player of this tournament. Less work to do. Or more work to do if you're in Asadamasa's shoes. It really depends on whether you're a glass half full or half empty kind of person, I suppose. But let's go now. Mirko. Using the spear as a poke, and we get the big damage already. We spend both bars, 20%, and the breaker as well. The burning spear was active. Really liking the use of Burning Spear in this tournament from Mirko. It has been a while since I've seen him rock this, so glad to see him put in the work. Oh, big jump in.
Yeah, Mirko just trying to feel out Asadamatsu right now. Now, this is definitely going to come down to... Oh, a big neutral jump, but didn't get the chain. Tried to get the follow-up as well with the spear. Not going to work out.
Oh, yeah, that neutral jump into spear is something that Mirko often doesn't drop. Just wasn't quite at the right height, perhaps. He managed to get it whiffing. Lovely throw tech. Okay, cool stuff here. Mirko. It's so tricky every time. And there's one thing I love about Mirko so far. He has absolutely seemingly studied these situations where he gets that burning spear activated. Looks for a trip guard again, Astamasa. Good defense.
But yeah, right now, it is just a very patient game. Gets the armor break as well with the deadly winds. 8 seconds left on the clock. Only in the first round as Asadamatsu takes it. We went down to the last 10 seconds over there. Just in the first round. Both players going to play very, very patiently to try and find their hits.
Back 3 again. Always. 3 in a row. So probably 3 times Asso was expecting a grab there, I assume. Flawless blocks, really clean stuff there from Mirko. Get comfortable perhaps being clipped by the rest of the string, but here comes the winds again, the pushback and the chip, all of it. Very, very good.
Yeah, nice reaction as well to the earthquake right there. Checks him with the back 3. This is now the Mirko game as he's got the flame buff active. Flawless block reversal, but a neutral jump call out from Asso. And we get the follow-up with the confirm.
Jump in, giving him an extra 2% on that one. Normally 20%. Oh, and there's that 2-hit confirmed. That could very well be the game, actually, because that fatal blow adds a insane amount of damage, especially off the 2 hits. And I think it is good. 1-0 for Asadamatsu.
Looking pretty strong in this first set right here. I mean, that really came down to just a well-placed 1-1. Easy confirm into the fatal blow right there. So Asso using his resources wisely to close out the game for himself. But, you know, that wasn't in favor of either player that set, I think. It just seems like we're really just seeing what we saw in Winners Finals. Both these guys seem very, you know, comfortable playing each other, but they also seem very familiar with playing each other and each other's playstyles, habits, character choices, you know, anything like that.
And it's a matchup that I think I've talked about this a bit before, but I kind of feel like Cetrion would have got a lot better at fighting Scorpion now than before. Because let's look at Asadamatsu with Spring Cleaning, for example. You have a more limited keep away option, and the Geyser, obviously very unsafe in certain situations. Now you're fighting Scorpion, and you haven't got the Geyser, but you've got the winds for fighting up close. You've got the Earthquake from far away. Granted, the reaction teleport can beat it. But I kind of think that the tool set for fighting Scorpion now, surely it's got to be better than it was before.
Yeah, it feels like it is. I mean, Earthquake, obviously, you know, it's going to get punished by teleport. But generally speaking, the deadly winds do help your gameplay quite a fair bit. And over there, the 1-1 interrupt confirmed into the vines. Stand 3 into the natural barrier, gonna get the forward throw as well. A nice little bit of damage, honestly, to start off the round for Asadamatsu.
Another flawless block, but it is minimal damage. At 2-1-2, giving him that spear activation. So Mirko is not going to be too disappointed with that. But it's looking real good still for Asadamatsu, who has been a lot more aggressive in this grand finals than when we saw them play in winners finals, which was pretty much the Mirko show. Asadamatsu is fighting back. Lovely anti-air.
He really is. It seems like Asso is definitely very hungry for the win over here. Blocks the overhead, not getting opened up by any of this. Didn't want to overcommit as well by trying to unnecessarily flawless block the forward 4-2. Gets the round for himself nice and safely, but Asadamatsu seems to be very much calmer, I want to say, than earlier. He seems a lot more, like, in control.
Never missing that up 3. Straight out of the mid. Oh, another time where the spear doesn't quite manage to land. And there's an air to air. Definitely expecting some kind of breakaway, I think, is Asadamatsu. That flawless block is just so consistent. But it's not doing much for him because it is just a little bit of damage, really. but now...
Yeah, it's a tiny bit of damage to just deny her situations, to deny the pushback, but you're spending 2 bars on it. It's not really getting him too much, but it's definitely stopping Asadamazzi from getting anything else from it. So I guess he's fine with just playing, you know, the neutral, building back the bars. But right here, both players literally just not want to commit to anything. Mirko going in and getting first blood in a few moments. He gets that forward throw.
Another one, and the break's used. This time there's no spear at all. Break did prevent that. Okay, burning spear again. It's actually a scary position for Asadamasa. He's pushing in all the way through. He's got that fatal blow in mind yet again, and maybe now doesn't even need it. Oh, he commits to it!
That was a really good poke. Back 3 moment?
6 seconds.
Nope, the down ones.
Final round. Fight.
Very, very patient match as well from both players.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that's a major whiff punish. Asadamasa is not going to be able to save his skin in that situation. Dashing grab, wait, and he kept the crushing blow all the way through for the right time, of which it clearly was that.
And now Mirko is going to make him guess between the forward and the forward and backwards throw over here with the flame buff active. You know, just making him guess even more between that strike throw game as he's now in danger territory, but Asa has the corner to work with. Just keeping Scorpion in the corner. That was very hard to say. Keeping Scorpion in the corner is a lot harder to do than you might think.
And that's going to be a 1-1 situation. Scorpion able to tie things up. Mirko. Now we go back to the discussion about the bracket reset and how 2 games away from either a reset or 2 games away from a tournament win, a significant amount of work separates the 2 of them, doesn't it? Because if we have a reset situation, that's it. We've only hit the first half, and that just goes into the discussion of tournament, I think, endurance, of which both of them have plenty of, but Asadamasa in particular, no stranger to these kind of Game 5 bracket reset, and then Game 5 post reset, last round, last hit. Like, he's been there so many times. He's one of the most composed players that we have in this part of the world, I think.
Yeah, Asadamazzi definitely sticks to his game plan. He's very, I think, he's composed, yes, but I also think he's quite disciplined. He doesn't tend to deviate from his plans very often. And we know that Asadamazzi doesn't really get too much time to spend on the game per day, but he uses his time very wisely. And, you know, obviously, you know, that shows when he plays, when he starts competing, and he plays this consistently and placing this consistently. But Mirko only having to win 2 more games in order to take this week's US, this event rather. But Asadamazzi gonna have to win a lot more than that.
It looks like so far, Mirko's off to a pretty good start. As I say, he gets hit by a jump in. Cursing him as always, it seems. But this far range, I mean, that earthquake, you are taking a massive risk every single time, you know? The reactions of Mirko can never be tested. One of his greatest assets as a Scorpion player. And he's able to just get that immediate cancel teleport just to escape the situation.
Yeah, definitely. Mirko just playing back a little bit. Flawless block as well, straight away on that. Knowing that forward 2-3 wins is indeed gapped, but I digress as Mirko backs off a little bit. Once again, enabling up that flame buff, trying to get Aso to commit to something. He's just moving in and edging backwards. Trying to get him to press something, looking for a wave punish, looking for potentially a back 2 buffer into teleport.
Lets the string go. Lovely anti-air as well. The up 3. Oh, and the turn sitting down 1. He really wanted that fatal blow. Again, if he's got fatal blow and he wants to come back, you just block low because the forward 4 is always coming.
Fight.
But yep, right here, the down 1 checks. Mirko applying all the buttons he can right now. Probably didn't want that. Probably the back 1-4 into the amplified teleport. But overlapped the inputs right there. The forward 4 clipping Aso at the sky. Right here, Mirko has the better positioning to work with.
We're starting to see short hops become so much more apparent. Ugh. Just like that. There goes. Down 2.
Oh my goodness! A down 2 for
Another.
a down 2.
Okay, we're gonna get that fatal blow spent all the same. Now this is an important round, folks. This is a very, very important round because it's a matter of becoming 2-1. But again, it always goes down to the final stage, right? Where if Mirko gets the game after this, he'll win the tournament, and Asso, plenty more left to go. He wants to reset and then continue to take it. That counter hit is a bad start though, as Asso has no meter to break.
Definitely took that right out of my mouth right there, and it is on the whip punish as well. Didn't spend the bar over here. Not sure what the decision making was behind that one. Might have just dropped the input. Asadamati right now gonna get that back throw, tacking on a little bit more damage to try and even out the health bars, but one solid hit from Mirko is gonna close out the game. Oh, a lot of buttons being pressed.
Hang on a
Catching.
minute. The wake up jump is still going to give him a respectable 22% though. Closer to 23, I guess. And the fatal blow. Do not count out Asadamata. He's looking for that confirm every step, especially now. Mirko cannot get clipped.
Very true. A nice down 4 to challenge. He read that cancel.
That down 1. That down 1 made me nervous. Oh, it's literally just a down 4 out of nowhere. And that's going to give Mirko the 2-1 situation. And he's going to be 1 game away from winning our latest Intercontinental Kombat qualifier. He's going to get himself a giant amount of points.
Yeah, he looks really, really good. Honestly, in that situation, it was quite nail-biting for both players. Mirko couldn't overcommit to anything. He couldn't try and make a read. He just wanted to play as safely as possible. And Asadamati also didn't want to present him with some kind of, low-hanging fruit that he would try and go for. It was all about Mirko just understanding, okay, if Asa wants to use 1-1 a lot, I'm just going to keep poking him with max range down 4. And that's it. And gradually just chipped him away, which now has Mirko on tournament point. And yeah, Asa, he is showing life. He's showing some good decisions, but Mirko right now is kind of just throwing out this onslaught of buttons that he's really getting suffocated by.
We are right about to close out this tournament, it seems like. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, maybe not. But as we go into the Cyberlink assembly anyway, Mirko, he's a player all about momentum. And when he's feeling it, lovely throw tech.
He's definitely quite the freight train. Oh yeah, he's using these down 4s to try and feel out that space where Asa wants to use 4-2, wants to use 1-1. With the natural barriers coming through, doing a bit of work for Asadamati as he gets the 4-2 whip punish.
Oh, this has been a really good round for Asadamata. Mirko trying to grab, and the techs have just been absolutely immaculate. That whole wrath's going to make things much harder. Not prepared for the amplified teleport. Going to give some bonus damage, but is it going to be enough? Down 1 because he can't really afford last breath to be a thing at all anymore. But the dashing barrier is still going to be more than good. Right, Asadamata, he's close. Can he bring us closer?
He's looking... He looked really, really good that round right now, but Mirko sort of with a bit more pressure on the table as it currently stands. I do think that Asadamati has been playing very nice defense. His throw techs also have been near enough immaculate. That was a brilliant air-to-air conversion into the teleport right there. Speaking of conversions, gets an opening with that forward 4-2 into the teleport. Nice chunky 30% as Mirko is steamrolling his way through this round right now.
Oh, on the jump in overhead. And he goes for the forward 4 at the last moment. The cross frames the 2-1. The back one's good as well, and this will be a tournament point for Mirko.
Final round.
I really like the idea. I really like the idea to use this many back 3s in such a short amount of time. Just keep hitting him with the overhead because you know that he's just flinching. And right there, even when he blocks it, he gets the flawless block OS off it.
It still sets up that weird game, right, where it's not necessarily your turn.
Very much, and Mirko just filling it out in the neutral. Luckily for Asadamati, he didn't get teleported on the Earthquake, using the full string to avoid the advance from Mirko. good decision making right there. Restand with the natural barrier.
The down 4 to low profile, the teleport as well. Really setting the wheels in motion. Mirko, both players have full meter with the exception of that one bar that Asadamasa is currently lacking. All of this is going to be unbreakable. And here comes the 2-1-2 just to put the pressure on. And he's going to actually, that damage over time is going to give him Fatal Blow. That might have actually done Asadamasa quite the favor.
Maybe. Oh, that was insane. He ducked. He gave him a chance with that jump over, and you went for something risky. He just micro-ducked 1-1 Fatal Blow. All he needed. Mirko was so close to taking the tournament right there. And Aso keeping composure, tying things up at 2-2. Now potentially on reset point. Or rather, he is on reset point, a tournament point as well. We'll have to see which of these outcomes actually comes to fruition.
It's kind of tragic that the 2-1-2 like genuinely did tick down enough health to give Asadamasa the Fatal Blow. That's really where the tragic thing came from, that the 2-1-2 in any other time it's fine, but there it could almost be considered a mistake because the damage over time doesn't add that much, but all it did was add enough to give Asadamasa the tool he used to win the match, which is really unfortunate. But here we are, the reset or the tournament win. We're one game away from finding out.
So close to finding out how this is actually going to go. This is this grand final set between both these Italian players, I think winners finals was very, very close. But now over here, back in the 2-2 situation, where, you know, it's kind of anyone's game at this point. Both players have been showing significant adaptations and good improvements over the course of the set as they've been adapting to each other's decision making, playing on that layer by layer basis.
Now, we start things with the counter hit. Big combos as well, going into the restand, trying to jump out of the forward 4, a little bit of bonus damage, but half of the work already done in this round for Mirko. But he spends a lot of meter in the meantime. Gonna go for that spear buff, set things up for what could be a sequence in a little few moments. Here we go. Jump in, never mind. Oh.
And that is what he needed. Gets the restand, doesn't want to go into the teleport and spend the bar. Blown up on that pick wrap straight away.
Yeah. Completely bypassed. Okay, reverse grab. Spear buff active again. There's the flawless block, and this is really bad news for Asadamasa because he flawless blocked into the buffed spear offense. But wait, hang on. Oh my god.
I don't think that's gonna kill. That must scale quite a fair bit off the vines. But over here, it kind of is anyone's game if it doesn't kill. I don't think it will. Nope.
Barely survives. Barely survives. Now Mirko. The back
two.
He lets it go. He committed because he was frames away from having the defensive bar to cancel it. That's now a reset point for Asadamasa. Either the tournament ends or we've only just started the grand finals. Oh,
the duck again. You can't throw this man because he techs it. Even when he doesn't tech it, he's ducking the throws.
Looking for the forward 4 again. The staggers. The interruption not ready for Asadamasa to pull the trigger on the whole string. Full combo this time. No break. Lets the whole thing rock.
Oh, that was a really nice conversion. Chunky 25% right there. The 2-1 plus frames over here, using the down 3 to try and check. Asadamasa trying to fight his way out the corner.
Letting that whole string go again, really wanting to mess up the timing of the flawless block. Mirko's flawless block on that, and again, that's what that barrier is for. Oh, the button press makes us nervous. The wins and the plus frames.
Oh, and
That's gonna do it. We have just reset the bracket.
That we have as Asadamasa pulls this one around, resetting the bracket. Yeah, this is going to be a new set. For anyone that doesn't know how the format works, we are going to go back down to a 0-0, as effectively Mirko has been knocked into the loser's bracket. So now with both players playing on equal footing, we're going to go back into another 1-3 set. And the winner of this is going to be the winner of the Intercontinental EU West for this stream. We couldn't have asked for a closer set in grand finals, to be honest, as this is very narrow right now.
It's hard to make a prediction here too, because Mirko looked so insanely confident in that winners finals where he comfortably won. But this is, as you would always expect with training partners, they're so familiar with each other that anything can happen. In this case, we got the much more, I think, predictable result, which was a game 5, and then who knows where it's going to go. But the Burning Spear and the Teleport Cancel, the same variation. I don't think we're going to change anything. That spear buff is important for this matchup, I think. For when you get close range, it changes the grab game a little bit, the extra damage that you get. That's Massa, he's not going to change, is he? Let's go. Reset bracket.
And something I'd be interested by is what if we see Mirko maybe potentially picking Searing Rage? Because I know him to play a bit of Searing Rage here and there, but you know, it could really be up in the air. I don't think he would want to sacrifice the Teleport Cancel, but I do often think about, you know, how many times the Death Spear, the spin, sorry, would have helped him. But that excellent jump back punch straight away into the confirm, the back 3 checks.
But so far, bit of a good start here for Mirko, but you never want to speak too soon. We always say that Cetron, she's not a big chunk your health down character, but because there's so many restands, thanks to the wins, it adds up quickly. Basically, you know, 15% here, 15% there, by the time you know it, the whole B&B's been done and quicker than a combo would do. Ooh. Down, Mirko. Oh, there's the back one, but he didn't commit. Let's it go.
Mirko right now, yeah. Oh, tried to get the whip punish, but Aso using the full string again to get his way.
Yeah. Anti-air was absolutely fantastic. And the side switch, he's ready for the teleport. Catches him on the other side, and Asa de Massa completely blows up the defensive timing. Natural barrier. You want to flawless block the wins? Eat this rock wall. I dare you.
Round 2, fight.
Definitely getting called out for what he's trying to do is Mirko. The 1-1 confirm into the bind grab. Doesn't have the bar to extend the combo, unfortunately, for Asadematsu. But finds himself a hit right now, goes into that jailing 1-1 right there. Ends him in the stand 3 natural barrier, but a tech on that throw from Mirko as he gets an escape filled for himself.
Ooh. Oh, another counter hit. He's just so ready for it every time. I did say they're so familiar with the matchup here that you are going to see that insane level of optimization here from Asamata. The grab is looking good now. Forward throw, spends the crushing blow, but we might not have an opportunity to do so afterwards. All right, hang on. Oh! Manages to find the opening, and he will again. There's the fatal blow. Asamata, when he has fatal blow and he hits 2 hits, you know he's confirming it. And that's 1-0.
Probably got caught ducking or something, or maybe trying to micro duck on him. Aso being wise to it. And mid check gets himself that first game after this grand finals reset. And yeah, Asadematsu right now seems to genuinely have the upper hand on Mirko. It seems like at this point in time, Mirko seemed stronger earlier in the set, but Aso has been riding a momentum that Mirko hasn't been able to stop yet. He's being checked on these teleport cancels. He's becoming far too predictable with them. And the natural barrier is doing so much work for Aso as well.
Now, we have to think, what does Mirko have left in the tank here then? Because if Asadamasa is this next level comfort, let's see where we go with this. Is it going to be Burning Spear all the way? I did say that we'd see, you know, the Burning Spear probably all set long, but knowing Mirko, he does tend to have multiple variations locked in. And he can change when the absolute chips are down, but it depends. The Burning Spear again. See, normally, when Mirko is down and out, his kind of last-ditch effort, even post-ultimate, has been Searing Rage, which is totally different for Scorpion. It gives him, you know, the extra strings, the death spin, and the spear buff. But against Cetrion, I don't even know if that's going to help him, because the teleport cancel is helping him in the neutral quite a lot.
Yeah, it's not really something he can just afford to give up. Provides him so much utility playing against a character like Cetrion. But the forward throw teched could have been just a forward throw. Oh, it was honestly. The back 3 check. Now Mirko trying to find an opening. Aso just being this rock wall of defense, no pun intended.
Intend all the puns here in grand finals. We pull out all the stops. And so is Mirko, apparently, as it looks like he's going to take this round quite comfortably. 1-1, the 1-1. No last breath for you, not even needed because he's going to clip it anyway. And that's a 1-0 for Mirko. And this is a great sign of life. Asadamasa really ran away with that last game, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like for as long as Aso's been in control in the past few rounds in a row, Mirko right now seems to kind of just gone internally Super Saiyan. Like,
oh my God,
right now he just...
control.
That was a big chunk of damage right there.
Hasn't got much meter to do much about the flawless block there. The Burning Spear activated.
Not wanting to approach haphazardly, Asadamasa just confident to duck and sit full screen, anticipating a teleport cancel, because Mirko is just... I mean, but Aso's the one that has to chase him right now. I think he just knows.
Trying to keep that stagger game nice and simple, but Asadamasa is ready to interrupt, it seems. There's the pushback of the Hell's Wrath. Look at patience.
Oh, that short hop.
No! The short hop was sick, but unfortunately the payout wasn't. That is unfortunate.
I think he was looking for a short hop 2-on-3. Oh my goodness, Stretch Armstrong. Pull him right into it.
I don't think any of us were expecting that much range. Wait a minute. Aso, he doesn't have the meter? He didn't fatal blow? That was a mistake. Because now Mirko. Tech. But wait,
4 seconds.
4 seconds. Chip. Oh, the earthquake. Really damned if you do, damned if you don't. But a situation that didn't need to happen. In a rare sight, Asadamasa didn't fatal blow the 2-hit confirm. I can only assume he wanted to arguably stay safer and combo into the vines just to set it up, to know it was going to work. Because it was a very tight little situation, but he had no meter to amplify the vine. So that was really tragic for Aso. But you know what? Let's take this 1-1.
Yeah, we definitely did see Mirko, start to show that he's still alert in this set. I think before he was struggling, he was kind of getting clipped by a lot of stray hits. But now we're starting to see kind of Mirko still play the same game plan, but kind of play it a bit more fearlessly. Now he's starting to, just apply the subtle little changes that are going to be the thing for Asadamasa to start adapting to. But over there, we're starting to see Mirko confirm more, which is nice, and start throwing out a few more staggers, get into Aso's head a little bit more, and stop this immovable object, so to speak. Because he's been a solid bar of defense this entire top 8.
The whip though, but this is where that mind game continues. Ooh, the confirm. And that's one thing I love about Mirko when he plays this, is that when he spends 2 bars in the combo, he'll spear first just to make it so he's done a bunch of damage before you break the teleport. And he wants to get that extra damage first. Ooh, back to back down.
I suppose it could also come down as less of a risk as well with using spear later with a potential breakaway on the table. But
indeed,
right here, yeah. Aso being forced to cancel the earthquake, doesn't want to get teleported on. Does not want to get punished.
More of these. Just Scorpions down 1. It's been such a insanely fast tool for so long. Mirko happy to use it. Jump in. Ooh! Okay, the respect. He knows you're going to watch for it. Burning Spear is active though. Watch out now. Oh, speaking of which, that is going to hurt.
Nice chunky 16.5% for that throw. And Mirko flawless blocking that jump in, denying any possibility of advantage for Asadamasa as he closes things out with a clean full string to chip him out. He's now taken the lead in this set. A nice cheeky mix-up. Saw that from Op earlier on, seeing it from Mirko this time round with a low starter into overhead second in the string.
Trying to enforce something off that down 4 on hit, but just too far away for the forward 3 to really do anything here. And now Asadamasa, he is having to accept that this traditional ranged game, you just can't play it against Scorpion. Least of all Mirko Scorpion, when you've played him as much as no doubt Asadamasa and Mirko have fought. So you need to play that footsie game close range. You have to very much play around what Scorpion's doing. He's a very dominant character in that I do my thing, and you kind of have to play around it. And this is one of those matchups.
It's like having teleport in the arsenal forces you to respect it almost.
Uh-huh.
It's like even if it doesn't use it. Exactly, yeah. The same way you would somewhat respect a Jade Glow or a sub slide. It's just a very strong move for what it's built for.
We are trading blow for blow here. Oh, that forward 3 could have been much, much more. Escape failed. Not that it really matters with Cetrion. No command. Crushing blow on the grab comes from the elements being active.
Right now he's trying to find the opening hit. He wants that fatal blow confirmed. He knows it will kill, but Mirko as well with the fatal blow. Sitting on this, only needs this round to go up in the point in the set. We're down to the last 6 seconds. Blown up straight away with the tempted teleport cancel into the fatal blow to catch Asadamati doing something.
He had to go for a big decision there because with 5 seconds on the clock, the grab certainly wasn't going to do it. I think even Asadamasa had tech throws, so we weren't going to get a KV throw either. That was undone. Short hop again. Oh, empty jump. Channeling Desarted with that one. Empty jump grab. Short hop, I should say. Now, the wind's coming out again, but that one not plus. Leaving it be. The barrier. Oh, hang on. Air to air. The teleport misses.
Didn't quite get the pickup from that, and the armor has been broken by the deadly winds. Asadamati is turning this round entirely in his favor as he has stolen this game, essentially, with such a quick and uncharacteristic aggressive round from Asadamati.
Now, 1 game away. Asadamasa. I think he'll be really chuffed with this because since Ultimate, he has been on a real tear. And a big part of that with the confidence in his game plan, I think, came from his appearance at the Dragon Temple, which was a large-scale event, you know, where he was able to practice and grind against the likes of Foxy Grandpa, do basic Tekken Master, and the list goes on. You know, Gur, for crying out loud. Plenty of other top-level players that were in attendance. And he was able to do that for 4 days at least, maybe even more.
I wonder how much experience he got against, you know, playing against Averick out there as well, the notorious Canadian, I believe, Scorpion player. As I wonder how much they actually got to play out there, because I feel like the way that Mirko likes to play, they sort of play in a similar way where how they control the space with Scorpion. They like to play a very peculiar spacing game, and I'm curious to know if Asadamati actually played many games with him at WePlay, to sort of, you know, just grind the matchup a bit more with Ultimate Cetrion.
Well, if above all else, being able to fight fire with fire, you want to be point blank, well, here we go. I've got the buttons, I've got the specials. Lovely teleport reaction there from Mirko. Start what could be our final match of the tournament, but never say never. Mirko, that flawless block. Man's hungry. Man wants to bring this back very much so.
He definitely does with these double down ones, challenging it as much as he can with that fastest mid he has available. The 1-1 punish right there, goes for the restand, tried to go for a cheeky back 3. Asadamasa being wise to it. Oh, first time blocks the full string. Not gonna work out, but doesn't have the meter, or didn't spend the meter, he just built it. A bit too late. Now, we've been in this situation time and time again tonight, haven't we, Ketchup?
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting to see what happens next. There's patience right now. Mirko, he's looking for something to react to. Spear, Asadamasa, happy to wait for it to run out though. Mirko's the one with the life lead. 25 seconds on the clock. Are we gonna have a timeout here? Uh-oh. Fatal blow. The second Mirko gets it, in theory it's a one touch either side. Mirko does not have his fatal blow. Not that he'll need it at this health. 2-bar unbreakable spear will do it. Mirko's fighting back real hard and he gets the tick. Okay. I'll do it.
No, yeah.
Good idea.
Trying to fatal blow through the restand. I mean, since it's not as plus as it once was, yeah, the idea, I think it can work in some respects, but Mirko being one step ahead and meeting with that 4-3, using that advantage in his favor to blow up straight away before the armor could apply.
Off to a good start here in this round is Mirko still. Probably going to have a game 5 again, I can imagine. I don't want to curse it though. I know commentators curse is a real thing. Oh, hang on a minute. He's trying to interrupt. He's paying the price for it. The wind's pushed back. Chip.
Oh, and there's the 4th throw. Escape failed. Oh, that was so wise. Just wait for him. Make him think you're going to move in. Escape failed again. He's going to spend it. Show him the shoes with only 103 left on the table for the help. Asadamati is slowly whittling down.
little bit of extra chip now as well. This stagger game is looking real good. The plus frames doesn't let it go. There's the flawless blocks. Oh, and he completely bypasses it. So, would you believe it? We've had the bracket reset. And now, we have a game 5. One game is all that remains of this qualifier of Intercontinental Combat. And I just want to sit here and find out who wins it, to be honest. It's been a long day. It's been a good day. We had EU East earlier on. And now we're about to enter the final stage.
Yeah, and I said this before when the bracket was reset, but we couldn't have asked for a more even and like narrow grand finals over here. This is just a very back and forth. I can't really call this. Yeah, neither of us, I think, can really call this. Both players have just ridden their respective momentums, but also shut down the other person amidst theirs numerous times throughout this set alone, let alone winners finals from earlier. But right now, it's kind of an all or nothing. They better be pulling out all the tricks, even potential gimmicks, I'm sure. Because they're playing the player versus player matchup, I'm curious to know if maybe, they're going to start pulling out a bit more different things just because they know what the other person's going to do. The I know that you know that I know. It's all the layers.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, we've reached so many layers. The onion's like the size of a house, I think, at this point. Because we're now going into our final game, post-reset. Is Acid and Massa going to fall at the last hurdle, or is Mirko going to finally clutch it out when it matters the most?
And Mirko, unfortunately, didn't get a combo follow-up on that KB that he got in the first round over here. So Asadamati, thankfully, holding onto his breakaway, didn't even spend that over there. But a clean whiff punish with that instant air teleport. Mirko right now with the corner pressure plus frames.
Grab whiffing from a bit too far away. Mirko continues to pile on the pressure. He's staggering it, and another short hop is coming in. The overhead, the forward 4, not watching his head right there. Here comes Aslamasa trying to fight back. Lets the whole string go, but the back one still catches him. Surely we're going to end it, and we will. Uh-oh, tournament point, got the Falcon.
That indeed, Mirko has been really fighting for this right now, and also Damati is really trying to get this grand finals right now, but Mirko looks like he wants to be the one to win it. Just a little bit too close to trigger the spear crushing blow over there, but 28% nevertheless for Mirko as he gets a nice health lead with a neutral jump kick into the spear for an extra 18.
If he hits that neutral jump kick, you always know a spear is on the way, and if it whiffs, who cares? The jump kick anyway. Spear buff activated. Burning Spear is going to be really devastating now. Asso, hang on. That's going to hurt. 60% gone. Only 27% health. Oh, God! Oh, no, the spectator! Turn the pad back on! No!
Plug it in! Oh, Mirko's
plug the pad in! Plug the pad in! We're missing it! We're missing it! We're back. We got it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, folks. There, we won. No, we caught the magic moment. We caught the magic moment.
Celebratory moment. After a very, very hard-fought and long drawn-out grand finals in a top 8 that has been full of absolute slugfests, we have finally emerged with our victor over here at Catch Up. None other than Yuzu Mirko.
Look, production, they've been sitting here for a long day. It's an even longer day for them. They're sitting there, they've got the pad, they're watching the games, they're updating the scores. Sometimes you just forget that your pad is about to run out of battery. We've all been there. Don't even lie and say that you haven't. But that's going to be Mirko taking the tournament. And in really good fashion in that final game, Falcon. I think we got a wonderful demonstration of just how familiar the two players are with each other. We had really as close as it could possibly go, to be honest. And Asad Massa, confident in the matchup, knows his enemy or friend, I'm sure that is. And Mirko just being able to clutch it out in the last minute, That was a good showing all round and a good day, I think.
Yeah, definitely. We've had some exhilarating matches between both EU East and EU West over here. And overall, I want to give a big shout outs to Asadamati as well for generally just being incredibly consistent, and everyone that took part in both respective top 8s as well, because we've had some really good games on our hands this evening.
Yeah, we definitely have. We had wrapping things up with the EU West, but even before that we had EU East, which we always have here for Intercontinental. There are 2 top 8s which you can feast your eyes on, and I mean, pro competition, we've done a couple of months of these now, but truly, we really have only just begun. We have more months to go for Liga Latina, Intercontinental, and the North American League. And not just that, the Open Series, also found on PS4 tournaments, compete.playstation.com. It's all there. Everything. If you're a competitive Mortal Kombat player right now, you truly are, I think, spoiled for choice over what tournaments you get involved in, you know, because we can see right here, this is just going over some of the basic information, how the format works. Believe it or not, everything here is done through the system. It's all done through the console, the PS4. Couldn't be easier. It truly is a simple process that you connect to. Go to compete.playstation.com. That competition center gives you all the information for both Open Series, Pro Competition, and beyond. A one-stop shop, I think. Now, before I wrap us up here, Falcon, do you have anything to say to the nice people before we finish up?
I just want to give a big shout out to, you know, everyone involved to make this all possible with the Pro Comp Online, with Intercontinental and everything. I'm just glad that there are opportunities and, you know, things out there to provide to the very active and hardworking player base that we do have over here in the NRS community. So shout out to everyone involved to make all of this possible.
It has been a fun day. And unfortunately, that is where we have to put things to an end for the night. But I want to thank you all very much for tuning in, whether you've been here for 5 minutes, whether you've been here since the very beginning. We appreciate your time and spending your evening, afternoon, or morning with us over here. If you want to find out more information, again, compete.playstation.com. The Pro Competition has only just started, and there's plenty more tournaments where that came from. A final thank you to PS4 and Sony for their support here, ever going on, of the Mortal Kombat community. Astro, of course, for supporting this, as they often do in the FGC. Massively appreciate them. And a final thank you to the hard-working production team behind the scenes to make these broadcasts possible. We appreciate you very much. My name is Ketchup, joined by Falcon. Peace out, much love, and good night.
Jokes, no gimmicks, just combat.
PlayStation. Looking for attention, I don't need the extra tension, cause I'm in the fourth dimension. Trap P is high in suspension. Now don't bother with the haters, cause they all be imitators. Real life manipulators, get it back up and see you later. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. I like me for me. I am who I wanna be. Na 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 na. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. I like me for me. I'ma be what I'ma be. Prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself and nobody else. Gotta prove it to myself. I like me for me.
Hey guys, Ketchup and Mustard here, and it's time to test your might in the Mortal Kombat 11 Open Series. Ready to rumble? Power on your PlayStation and head to the Events app. Filter by type and select a convenient date and time. Boot up MK11 and locate the PS4 Tournaments menu option. Click it to visit a familiar place, the Console Events tab. Sign up and prepare to play. Once registered, you can view your tournament details and check-in time. A notification will remind you to tighten your black belt and get over here for your match. Continue combat in the open qualifiers to close in on the competition. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the tournaments.
PlayStation.
Any ring I step into is mine. End of the line.
Then this fight is now personal.
It is exhausting being so perfect.